I'm gonna shoot me in the belly.
Look at all the space I'm creating, everybody.
Bad monkey. Bad. Oh, you got you baited so hard. I don't think I can handle any more of this bot gameplay.
Spylo.
Yeah, so we're a little late. I had something I had to finish before I got started, so I apologize for that, but now we're here. I also somehow forgot that it was supposed to be at 1:30 and not 2, so it's like, oh, I'm not that late. I'm like 10 minutes late. Oh, I'm 45 minutes late. Oh, that's bad. So, yeah, that's my bad, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that. Where the flipper am I? Okay, so yeah, we've got a major support stream today, which is going to be fun. This was not intentional. This is just based off of the VODs that I was submitted. I was like, hey, that's a support hero. Hey, that's another support. Hey, that's another support. Hey, that's another support hero. It was just one after the other. So this will be a fun stream because I do like support heroes. I am a support main. Which means that I have obviously a lot of alpha male tendencies throughout my body and throughout the genetics and personal preferences. So we're gonna have a lot of fun today. A lot of variety in the support heroes, and we're gonna try and get through as many of them as we possibly can. In other words, I have 4 VODs to get through today. So we'll try and crank through them as quickly as we can, obviously as efficiently as we can, not rushing anything, but doing a good job with each and every one. So yeah, that's that. How's everybody today? He saw your meme? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? How did you think? Okay, before we get started though. Yes, I'm a support main. You guys knew that though. This is the Zen thing. How did you guys not know that? In general chat? What? Overwatch general? Man, I can't be bothered. I don't care about you. I'm sorry. I can't fake the interest. Okay? Like at some point in time, I just can't. I just can't. Holy cow, I'm looking through these hammer times. Before we get started, let's do a quick hammer time. You guys are doing... Actually, you know what? We really don't have time for a hammer time. We really have to go straight to VODs. We do have to go straight to VODs. We'll do hammer time some other time. Okay. Yeah, so the first one we have... let's mix this up a little bit. So, the first one we have is a Windfall. Speaking of the devil. Literally, speaking of the devil, you are the devil. I have a lot of hammer times, but the problem with a lot of the hammer times that I have is they're all really long. And I just don't have the time. Like, if we're gonna do like 3 or 4 VODs, I don't have time for an hour-long or 35-minute long hammer time. It just is not happening. Okay, let's find... I think this is Windfall here.
Now arriving at Ilios.
No. Wait, no, I'm supposed to do Peachtree first. I got my order mixed up, I think. Or Peach Tea. Sorry, chat. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Peach Tea. Yes, I have to do Peach Tea first. Okay, so here's the deal. This was the first map of a tryout I did for a GM team on main support. There were a few tryouts in the roster, so they were a bit disorganized at times. Thanks again. This is GM, so we're gonna flex our fancy little thing here and do Brigitte and wait, cancel. Okay, and then rank is GM. Ha 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 Don't worry about Windfall. When we get to your VOD, I will ruthlessly mock you for your mechanics. And then commands, edit, VOD, GM, support, main support, which basically just means that we have somebody who plays the generally non-aim support heroes. Generally. It's all coming together. Yes. You know, all I need is a soundboard. But you know, I realize I don't need a soundboard because I am a living soundboard. Everything I say is intelligent and brilliant, funny, interesting, engaging, memorable. Why would I have a soundboard? Like, it's like, it would be like trying to recreate a mountain breeze. It's here and it's gone, but you know it'll come back again. And if you ever try to capture it, you'd ruin the essence of the artistry, right? Even the world's most beautiful painting of, like, let's say the Grand Canyon can't actually capture the feeling, the awe that you come from seeing that. So you guys are witnessing history, art, and really a science. But most importantly, you're witnessing beauty in of itself right now. We're going to be going over GM main support right now. This means that there's going to be a little bit of a variety of the heroes that we play, because when you're doing a tryout for a team, they'll have you play a lot of different heroes, because they don't know if you're a Lucio one trick, or Brig one trick, a BAP one trick. Do you have a really bad Mercy? They need to figure out what you're doing. So we're going to see a little bit of everything here, and we're going to provide feedback on a little bit of everything here. Now, the number one thing that I'm going to say in terms of communication as a main support is, number one, to be efficient with your ult tracking. Okay. Number two, you need to be quick with your ult tracking. In other words, be quick and to the point. And number three, ask, what do we do? Now, this is something I've talked about before, so I won't elaborate a lot, but basically, it's basically saying, all right, we've done, okay, they have this, they're close to this, okay, what do we do? And then you get the game plan started as a main support. In other words, you don't have to be the big shot caller leader guy, but you make sure that something starts happening as quickly as possible. That's a really important thing, not just to impress in a tryout, but that's just good regardless of, you forgot original. Oh yeah. That's just important regardless of what you're doing. Like, if you're looking to get better as a main support and you want to improve your team's value or your value to your team, that's what you need to be doing. So work on those three things. It doesn't have to be perfectly accurate ult tracking, but it needs to start now. Okay, so we're playing Double Bubble here into a Zen comp. I want you guys to start thinking about what Brig's job is in this composition as I start explaining it. So I'm going to start explaining it, but I want you guys, as a mental exercise, to start thinking, what is Brig's job here? So Brig's job, when you are playing this comp, and really Brig's job depends less on your comp and more on the enemy team's comp. As your comp, your job is, okay, who do I need to protect? Who do I need to enable? So right now, your job is to enable your Echo and protect your Ana Widow. In other words, your Ana Widow shouldn't need armor packs a lot, but they need to be, when they need them, they desperately need them. In other words, your Ana can be dove and be pressured, so you don't need to be packing her a lot, but if she gets pressured, she definitely needs armor pack. Same thing with your Widow. Your Widow generally won't be playing in an aggressive position to where she needs armor pack, but if she gets dove by Sombra, Tracer, Ball, she flipping needs armor pack, and she needs it quick. Now, you look at the rest of your team, your Zarya and your Monkey, you should almost never be armor packing these guys whenever you can, because you have a lot of healing with your Ana, and that's something that she's very good at, is healing tanks. So that's in relation to your team. The enemy team is more relevant to what you're supposed to be doing. We look at Sombra, Tracer, Ball, and even to an extent D.Va, and those are all heroes that you have to be denying getting onto your backline, and also packing the person that they are all pressuring. In other words, you pack your Echo so that she's able to pressure the Ball. She doesn't want to get shot by Sombra or hacked by Sombra or shot by Zen, so you need to keep pressure with her so that you guys don't dive. As well as with your whip shot, with your bash, with your shield, defending against the dive as best as you can. So play generally close to your Ana, where you can pack your Widow and where you can pack your Echo, and don't die. Keep in mind that you are at risk of dying as well. Yes. Yeah. You pocket your DPS so that when they do dive, they're a lot weaker. Chat, it's fixed. It's fixed! They did it! They fixed the replay viewer after a month of misery. Oh, bless me. Why? I'm sorry, why? Why did we just blow 2 packs on a Widow that was grappling? That pack isn't really gonna, okay, maybe you pack it because they're like, oh, it's a Widow mirror, so like maybe we get a pack early on. Maybe, but certainly not in your Monkey. Come on, Chief. That is trash. You're a GM. You're better than this. No, 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 don't do that. I can understand packing a tank if a tank is critical, really needs healing, or you have 3 packs. In other words, you're like, I might as well get a little value out of this because I'm going to start charging up the next one and I probably won't need 3 packs in the middle of a fight. This is a feed. You have 2 packs now, not even 2 packs. Come on. You're better than this. Nice. Ah, that was sketch. Dude, I knew it. As soon as I saw you doing it, I knew it. Chat, look. You guys see me? I need something big.
How about Marty?
That's gonna be this VOD review in a nutshell, okay? Over and over, hammering over the same stuff. I can smell it a mile away. I can smell it a mile away. Here it comes, wasting packs on tanks. We are now GM, and this is what we're gonna be going over. Here, check. Thank you, ZZ Gas. Here it comes. I can just tell. I can smell it. It's gonna be over and over and over and over again. The same crud. Why are you packing a tank when it's nearly full HP when your Ana can very easily do the exact same thing? And look at your Echo. Look at your Echo. She needs a pack. If I'm playing Ana, I don't want to be scoping and trying to hit my Echo instead of I could just be dumping heals in my tank and looking for nades. This is what you are good at. This is what Ana is bad at. This is what you are bad at. This is what Ana is good at. 100 and something healing on a Rein is 2 shots from an Ana instantaneously. Right? She doesn't need, this is just bad. And the problem here is now your Echo is going to have to play defensive when she really needs to be playing aggressive because she needs to put out as much damage as she can right now so that you guys don't get overrun. If she's playing slow, so there's your pack, but you notice how awkwardly you had to play to get that pack on because you had an opportunity to pack her, but you went to pack your Winston, and then when you went to pack her later, it was too late, and now you have 0 packs. So if your Ana gets doved, GG's, like you're dead. I don't know why that was a GG song. Okay. Oh, and you missed whip shot. The one whip shot you need to heal. You need to hit. There's your pack, but again, do you notice how she's critical now? This is your fault. So we have missed multiple packs, wasted multiple packs, and then obviously like missing the whip shot on that diva is really bad because you need to stop their engage, and also obviously that was a small downtime with Inspire as well. You know, normally I don't pay attention to follows as much, but I see all caps. I see Torb Hammer Booty Smacker. I respect you for the follow. And you're always living life on the we gotta hit this whip shot, Chiefy. Okay, stop hacking and get off the car or get off the point, please. Why do we do this to me? Get off the point. Get off the point. Off the point. This is not safe for you, and it's hard for you to proc your Inspire. Like, we're not even getting into the concept of map control run. Just get off the point, doofus. Get off the point. You could hit that whip shot, and you screw up your armor pack, and now you have no Inspire proc. So now you have 3 people that simultaneously need armor packs: Echo and Ana. And and your Zarya actually to a lesser extent, and you have not only no armor packs because you've been wasting them, but you also have no Inspire, which means that not everybody's gonna get value out of this. And you have no whip shot either. You're gonna die. This is all your fault. This is all your fault, and you miss another whip shot. This is all your fault. So, jeez. Okay, so without getting too complicated here, proc your Inspire by being in a good defensible location that's not in the middle of point, that's near cover, near like where your Ana's positioned, like around here. Armor pack your squishies, stop wasting packs on tanks, and stop missing easy whip shots. One of these is mechanical, 2 of these are decision-making positional stuff. Have they picked you up in the team? Do you prefer Zen or Ana this comp? I mean, you have to play Ana with Monkey. Like it's very difficult to play Zen with Monkey because you don't have enough healing.
Hey there. It's good previous. Hello, goodbye. Hi. Hello.
Somehow you guys win that. I don't know how. Miss the whip shot, whatever. Your Tracer just goes in, or your nice. Did I see this correctly? Nice. Oh, unlucky. Nice. Probably pack her again, honestly. Nanoed monkey. Doesn't need your armor pack. He has primal rage. He's almost full HP. Look at the battlefield right now. You have an Echo in deep. You're not even looking at her. Now, I'm not saying don't armor pack your monkey, but not right now. You don't need it. That one, okay. This one I have a little more patience for because it's a Zarya and your Ana's dead. Probably would have rallied this fight. You could definitely rally this. Like, this is last fight, Chief. Wait, what? Why aren't we rallying? I guess you're just assuming this fight's won? Okay. Your armor pack to full HP Zarya. Good. Heads up play there, nice. And now we rally. Brilliant. Oh, jeez. Holy cow, what is this? Okay, some more Brig. Do I need to clarify my point here? The point is that you have limited armor packs. If you had unlimited armor packs, I would be spamming them tanks. I don't care what I spam them on. I'd be spamming them on my full HP Reinhardt coming back from spawn. Like, you got nothing to lose, right? But you can't. It is when you armor pack somebody, you are not armor pack somebody else. You know what I'm saying? It's like even if you're the nicest guy in the world, you can't be friends with everybody. You know, you can't be friends with everybody. You can't help everybody. You have to pick and choose. You prioritize because now you don't have unlimited time. Now, if you're efficient with it, you can armor pack more people because you're smart about balancing it. But the point being is that you still always prioritize the people who will benefit from the armor pack more, which is generally squishy heroes or heroes that are difficult for your other healer to heal, which is usually your squishies. 99% of the time as Brig, you're armor packing squishies. Not 99%, about 80% of the time. Or a critical tank. Obviously there's exceptions. If you're running like Zen Brig, there's a little more flexibility, but that's generally what you're going for. Now you do that because it's easy for you to heal them, because the heal over time helps them out a lot. That 150 healing goes a long way. More long than it goes, or 120. I don't know. Does anyone know how much armor pack goes? It doesn't matter. Okay. And it's also harder. Like it means that like you only have a couple select heals, right? They charge up over time. So you better make sure those heals count. If you heal a Reinhardt that doesn't end up like that is just kind of like 3/4 of the way HP, he might not even need the healing. Why is my camera pointing so high? I don't know. I'm just that short, okay? Take it easy.
Look at the pretty girl.
Hi, Katie. Yeah. It's not even your pack usage is an abomination. Okay, it's an abomination. It's a new weight loss fad that. Because it causes people to be physically ill. They do not wish to eat after they watch this. Okay? Alright. So, again here, there's not a lot of adjustments for who you need to pack here. Echo, Ana, Widow if necessary, But I want you guys to look at this composition here, and you see the lack of dive here, okay? Which means it's more likely that you're going to be tanking, packing your Echo, and less likely you'll be packing your backline because there's nothing to dive your backline outside of the Tracer. There's fewer things to pack. Rascal went to Philly. Anyone goes? Interesting. With the Brawl comp, the only... Okay, so chat, what is Brig's job against this comp? We clarified last job as being pretty chaotic. There's a lot of squishy, like, dive heroes you have to watch out for. Sombra could get you, Tracer could get you, Ball could get you, Diva could get you. 110 per second for 2 seconds. Right. Thank you. Here, you only really have to worry about Tracer. But you also have to worry about your own life. Because you are, you're very rushable here. So how should Brig position here? Does Brig go aggressive against this comp, or does Brig play extremely passive? You guys tell me. Yeah, it's not 110 per second. Sorry. It's 110 total, 55 per second. Yeah. I misread that. So Brig, looking at this comp, this is where we talk about the quandary with Brig, where she's designed like a Brawl hero, but she's dog against Brawl. Trash. Awful against Brawl. Because she dies to Ryan, she dies to Zarya, she dies to McCree, she loses to speed. You have to be very careful here. Your job is to pocket your DPS, proc your Inspire however you can, and not get run over. So you want to be playing high ground whenever you can. Avoid the rush, and if the rush comes at you, you're bashing out of there, Senorita. Maybe in devolved fights, in other words, as they use cooldowns and as they get lower in HP, if you're safe, then you can drop and try and get a little more aggressive. Maybe if you have rally, the same kind of thing. But a lot of Brigs get in this mindset of like, let's go. What you got? Put them up. Put the mitts up, chief. You know, and you just get run over by Brawl. So be very careful here. Your job, you're literally playing Brig here because you can pocket your Echo, and like you'd argue like, okay, why don't you go Zen? Well, the reason why Zen might not be as good here is because, you know, Armor Pack, Harmony Orb, kind of similar, right? But Zen would struggle more with the enemy Tracer, right? Zen would struggle more with the enemy Tracer. But really, either one could be okay. And also, Brig is a little more mobile, so she can avoid the rush a little easier. Why not Mercy? Yeah, Mercy would be better. Mercy would definitely be better. Yeah. I mean, maybe Mercy would be like, oh, you know, maybe Ana gets pressured more by the Tracer, but that's a very minor thing. Mercy against, if you knew they were playing Brawl, Mercy would be almost certainly be better. Because she's direct, heavy damage boost Pocky. Pocky? No.
Korean things, right?
Yeah, I don't know what Pocky is. Pocket, and you were not at risk of being rushed. Okay, so this is a little bit of a mess here. Because, you know, Armor Pack there, it's okay. He's critical. I understand. Wait, what? Was your Ana? Okay, so she was 159. Sure. I don't know what your Echo's doing. Please don't Armor Pack. Ah! I really shouldn't Armor Pack that. Really should not Armor Pack that. Even, okay, the difference between Armor Packing a critical tank here and critical tank here is a world of a difference. You know, you can't, this tank is safe. Your Ana can heal him up. You do not want to be using Armor Packs here. Nice proc. I don't know what Jack is doing. Understandable. Nice shot by your Widow. Questionable Armor Pack. I'm gonna start being, okay, yeah. No. Stop. Nothing you could have done this fight. But right there, absolutely not. I like the alertness here. Checking around, that's really good. Briggs and Mercy should be doing this crap, man. Again, I don't like that. I do not like that pack. Understandable there. You guys are gonna lose. Okay, so once more, packing tanks when you don't need to is a crime against humanity. I understand right now, like, I'm gonna cut you a little more slack because it legitimately looks like your Echo's like brain is leaking out of his or her ears. because I have no idea what they're doing or why they're positioning where they are, where you can't help them. But still, stop. Do I have to? What are you doing? You're going into this fight. You don't even have 2 packs yet.
Do you smell something? Like...
The problem, Peach Tea, huh?
Oh, is it you smell something? It's just the burn.
Okay, the problem, Peach Tea, is you can play high ground totally fine. But if you play high ground, your echo needs to be playing like here, and like when your monkey goes into pressure here, your echo like goes really aggressive here. But your echo's like over in Narnia on a worse angle where she can't get pocketed, and I have no idea what your widow's even doing. Like it legitimately looks like your widow's like she's just like chewing the cud in Spawn. I don't even know where she is. So you are definitely wasting packs, but your DPS are completely brain dead. So I don't know what's going on. Like I don't know what that is. But seriously, please stop doing this. Okay. Really didn't need armor pack there. Really? Ah, gosh! Oh, just stop! This is agony. Again, just like that person, you pack the DPS, but they're full HP. I'm losing energy. I'm losing energy. Questionable. And do you see how like you drop, but when you drop, you now have a worse LOS on your echo? Watch, look at this from a third person perspective here. Look at your echo. You see that? Look at your echo. Your echo, 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 your this is not good. This is not good. It's not good at all. Your echo desperately needs to stay alive there. Desperately needs to stay alive. And now you've dropped, you haven't accomplished anything, and now you're really mispositioned. You're dead, yeah. Goodbye. Wait, what? Somehow you survive. You guys should lose this, yeah. Okay, so there's beating on a dead horse, and then there's that. That brings it to a whole nother level. How much longer we got here? Come on. Okay, whole nother level there. So, Peach Tea, do you understand exactly what I'm talking about when I'm explaining this concept? Do you understand what I mean? The goal is that you are permanently keeping the aggressive angles of your DPS up as much as you can. Yeah, sounds good. Do that, and then along with, at the very start of the bot of Peach Tea, I talk about the communicational roles of a main support in scrims. Understand those as well. The quick ult tracking, the fast ult tracking, like efficient ult tracking, and then what do we do next? What do we do next? This is a scrim? Yes. Yeah, this is a scrim. Anything else with Brig, I would say not particularly. Don't get greedy, don't get upset. Like that's part of the reason why Brig isn't very popular here is sometimes you feel a little bored playing her. You're like, man, I just want to drop and get stuff done. Keep checking corners. Keep packing your DPS. Keep looking for Inspire procs and don't get greedy and drop until you're absolutely sure it's good and safe to. And you can see there how like you dropping meant that you lost LOS of the one person you had to pocket. And they ended up getting run over anyway. Or you did, rather. So that's not great. But yeah, we'll keep it really simple with Brig. We'll keep it really simple because we're doing a couple of heroes here. What's the best way to learn ult tracking? The best way to practice ult tracking is just to start practicing by I mean, there's a lot of different ways. I don't know what the quote-unquote best way to practice it, but just start doing it, but don't do too many. To start ult tracking, I would say be good at tracking tank ultimates. Be very good at practice one category at a time. Tank, DPS, supports, whatever, and practice tracking just those. Don't overwhelm yourself, and then as you get better, you move on from there. The other tip I have is that you want to start as soon as fight is over. And what I mean by that is you start thinking about what ultimates are available as soon as the fight's over. And not even when they're all dead. Not even when your whole team is dead. But when you're like, okay, we're up 3, or we're up 4, or we're down 3, or we're down 4, then you start thinking, do they tanks? No, didn't see shadow, didn't see ground, didn't see DPS, didn't see, and you're doing like that, right? That's what you're doing. And you just work on your speed. And the big thing is when I mean speed, you might be a slow thinker, especially at the start, but I want you to be fast with delivery. There's so many supports, even contenders, that are like, they know the ults. They're like, they have high noon, probably have nano, half, 80% nano, 80% nano, 85% nano, 84.3. Stop, get some help. Like, stop right there. What are you doing? They have nano, high noon, grav, close to rally. That's it. Even if you're not exactly correct, you have to be direct and short and sweet and to the point. So many main supports are just lazy and slow, or they'll sit there and be like, yeah, 60, 70. Nobody cares. It doesn't, if close to rally, 80% to rally, 70% to rally, 60% to rally, 90% to rally, it doesn't matter. The close, they have it or they don't. That's it. We don't care about the percentages. Yes, AR, TTV. Sub is a sub. Yeah, exactly. You can't fight plan in time. You can't take positions. You can't scout. It's just a disaster. So you need to speed it up. Speed. And you got to start somewhere. Even if you're a terrible ult tracker and your like percentages are way off, you can improve that over time. But you also have to be fast. You have to be fast. Otherwise, it doesn't matter. Like, ult tracking is worthless if you can't plan around it. And you can't plan around it if your ult tracking is slow. Okay, let's do this. Bap. How much bap do we have? Bap.
Thank you, Jake.
So our job in this composition is just to simultaneously apply heal and damage support pressure, damage on the enemy tanks or whatever we can shoot, heal on our team. Preferably try and shoot things like Echo and Kreese and monkeys on flanks, but obviously the difficulty with that in BAP is the fact that you're trying to heal your core usually and damage things on flanks. So this kind of like flicking back and forth motion can get kind of nauseating. So sometimes you'll often end up just shooting whatever's in front of you as BAP and then healing what's in front of you because that's easy to shoot, heal, and that's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't waste your abilities as well. It's really unfortunate that you had to use shift there. I understand why you use shift, but that's not optimal. The North Ranger, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it, mate. Is that a Lord of the Rings reference? He was like... So right now, this is a situation, so you can look at the situation right here. Let's look at this right here. Prioritize that healing, man. But right now, this is where you need to swing wide. You know, go to your corner here, and you need to be shooting stuff. Heal, shoot, heal, shoot, heal, shoot, heal, shoot. Because the thing about it is it's like it's kind of similar to Ana in a little way, but it's like if you were focusing hard on healing and not putting on any damage pressure when you can, then eventually these guys are just going to overwhelm you, right? An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And in this instance here, the ounce of prevention is simply putting out some damage here. Like right now, think about this. If you were, this monkey could very easily die. This monkey could have very easily died with some BAP shots. Right now, look at this Brig. This Brig could very easily die. This Zarya could get her personal forced very easily with just a couple BAP shots. And obviously, like, your priority is on healing, so you might not be perfectly aimed right here. Or, like, for example, you hit a couple of shots in this McCree, he's going to grab Mini, or he's going to have to roll out and get healing. That's your job. Protect your team by pressuring the enemies. It's why damage boost as Mercy is so important. If you don't damage boost your DPS early on in fights or your tanks early on in fights, then eventually the enemy team starts doing so much damage because they're not pressured at all that you can't heal enough for. So for example, especially now that you're down 2 abilities, you have a good corner here, you need to be shooting enemies and healing your teammates at the same time. That is a priority. Yes? Yes, I knew it. Sick. Rangers are bad, man. Love the Rangers. Yeah, there you go. Like right now, it's a little bit chaotic, so it might be difficult for you to do damage right now, so it's a little understandable, but any downtime you get, like legit, any downtime you get, you need to start putting stuff out. Waste of a shift. Definitely a waste of a shift. You had health pack here, you had a Lucio in your aura. It's a waste of a shift. Shift is a precious ability. There you go. You're trying here. I appreciate the effort. Like right there, right there. These shots in this Echo, brilliant. That's 2 packs now. It went from 1 pack to 2 packs and or 2 two pack. Okay, I don't know any 2-pack songs sadly. And you can grab the mega here. So like so these are situations where you're like, should I tunnel on the Echo? You kind of have to make a judgment call there. I think tunneling on the Echo there was fine. Just hit your shots. You're about to waste another shift. Shoot the Echo. Get her. Right there. Now you don't need to heal. Now you don't need to heal anymore. Like that's the most healing you could have done right there, because the most damaging hero on the entire enemy team is now dead. So you gotta like, I'll just send a Lucio aura for a while. You know, you guys are fine. That's great. I feel like playing Brig into Rush is so pointless. Yeah, it's not great. Kind of a questionable shift again. I'm very, very nitpicky about my shifts. That's a cooldown that I see get misused a lot, so I'm very like annoyed about it. There you go. Get some shots in here, please. Good. So, couple of wasted shifts, and sometimes where our downtime and our shooting and healing drops a little bit. The poster of the Elo Hell post deleted themselves. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Baggins? Yeah, this is a tryout scrim, low GM scrim. Positioning wise, I think it might be worth positioning. I don't know. Actually, I'm not so sure here. Like, I think just make sure that you have a corner. But so far, your positioning's been okay. But yeah, again here, I don't like this. You kind of see what I'm saying? Like, well, let's see where you go to. But like, I'm concerned about the downtime. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that this Winston was able to jump in for free. So this is a late rotation, and it's not really your fault. But you kind of see what I'm talking about. Like, I want these guys hurting before they dive. So you need it. Like in this instance, you can't help it. But any instance that you possibly can, you need to do it. Oh yeah, they deleted. Yeah, they deleted it. Yeah. So I thought you were talking about like Elo Hell, like the old Jane thing. Kind of questionable, honestly. Like, Window is a very difficult. It is the most difficult ultimate. So like, if we look at this, if we look at the battlefield right now, Window is the most uncomfortable ultimate to use out of all of these ults in this matchup, because with Window it's either you use it too early and dive doesn't go in, or you use it too late and dive's already on top of you and nobody can shoot through Window. So I understand here, and I'll cut you some slack, but like we flamed you really hard here, but now we're gonna be like respectful, because we understand like there's not a lot you can do here. Wasted shift. He's inside Winston bubble. He really doesn't need it. You don't need it, and you're windowing here. Wasted shift again. You also are shooting. He is shooting a heal out of bubble. But yeah, not a great window. Would have liked a better sightline. So one thing I like to do against dive is have your tanks play aggressively on the corner, and you could play like a back sightline and make them either like jump across the map to get to you, or they can't touch the window. So this is not an amazing window, but we won't nitpick it too much. But the wasted shift was really bad. Nice. Totally fine to do that. Woo! We're living life on the edge. And another window. Poggers. Shoot your shot, boy. Shoot your shot. Oh my gosh! Look at this, chat. Listen, this man started from the bottom, and now look at these shots. There you go. That's some decent pressure right there. That's Amari Pepper. Yo! Pepper! Yeah? We got an Amari cameo asked for. Don't shift, don't shift, don't shift, don't shift, don't shift. This is where you need to be asking your Lucio for healing. Because he might be sitting in heal, like he shouldn't be in speed here, he should be sitting in heals because you guys aren't moving. But you need to ask for healing. Like, do not use your shift, do not use, but you need to be full. Ah! Okay, yeah, no, don't do this, please. You like it takes your Lucio sitting on heal for like 2 seconds and you're fine. You get to like 190 HP and you're all right. And you end up healing up anyway because he does swap to heals, right? I don't know if he does, whatever. I'd also be not stuffing this choke here either. Like, you know they're rallying and stuff. Like, you need to get out of dodge, man. Get out of dodge. Get out of dodge. It's a good try. Questionable shift. It didn't hit the person that you needed to hit. Your team's positioning there was just trash. Like, ooh. Nice lamp. Ah, it sucks. So it's probably because you're a flex support main, but your BAP is way better than your Brig, like leagues better than your Brig. Your BAP is actually pretty solid. It's not just your mechanics, but it's like your general movement and positioning is pretty decent. Your lamps have been so far so good. The ult there at the end was like, you know, not amazing, but I understood like it was a play. You went for it. I think the big issue there was first off the wasted shift completely unnecessarily, but also your team plan was just garbage. Like they're actively rallying, you're down one, and you're playing a spammier comp than them. Why would you guys not just back up to back of well and make them dive across well? Like lamp, like you guys should have like, okay, we're down our doom, we're gonna kite to this corner here and just window here and then just make them walk into us. You know, make them do the big dive here. But you guys got split and it was just a train wreck. She's over here, you gotta bring in.
Hi.
Yeah. And even if you do decide to go back to flex support, hopefully this has like taught you something about it. Hey, kitty. Amari. Can you even see her? Let me change the scene here. Hey.
There she is.
Hi. What is it? Put her in my lap. See if she wants to sit. No. Come here. Put her in the lap. What?
She wants to eat. Oh.
Uh-oh. Hey. What do you want?
What is it? Look, watch. Here she goes. What do you want?
Yeah.
What do you want?
No, you can't, dude. She's such a pig.
Look at how fat you are.
Give her a toy. This. No, she's gonna get grouchy.
It's okay. She needs to embrace the shame. Look at you. You look like a melted marshmallow.
Give her a toy. Give her a toy. All right. Wanna play?
Come on. Come here.
All right. There's your cameo. She's not actually that chunky, but I'm scared. I don't like fat cats, so. I think too many people like feed their cats too much. It's not that I don't like fat cats. It's like I don't like it when fat cats get fat. You know. Shift is questionable. It's okay. I'll forgive it. I don't know. I just think your team's throwing now, to be honest. I don't really have a problem with anything you did there. Yeah, she's a really fluffy cat. How much does she weigh? Like 10 pounds?
Almost.
Almost 10 pounds. Not quite 10 pounds. Like 9?
Like 9.5.
9.5.
I haven't weighed her in a while, though.
Again, quite like I'm on your shifts. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like hyper tuned to looking at your shifts. So I'm like being nitpicky about everything. Like again here, like if you look at this situation here, is there any reason for your Lucio to need shift here, or for your Tracer to need shift here? Like, is there any reason for you to need this cooldown here? Like, if your Lucio dies because he doesn't have shift here, when he's not even critical, and the same thing goes for your Tracer, then I'm sorry. Like, that's ridiculous. That's a 1 out of a million shot that ever happens. Like, the enemy Lucio would hit like a triple headshot, and then Lucio, like, Winston, like, punches or something. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't want you committing cooldowns here based off, like, this is not right. This is not right. It's a 12-second cooldown. Good. Good. Like right now, maybe you would like shift. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe a shift here would have been needed. You know, it didn't end up being needed, but like there's a chance that this is needed and you don't have it now. And you would have had to blow in lamp, which then meant that when you get dove afterwards with, you know, pulse bomb, maybe you end up needing lamp. Like we can just follow the chain, right? Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Just because it wasn't needed here doesn't mean it won't be needed ever. Again, like lamp, questionable, understandable though, that distance. But right now, why the heck are you shifting? What are you shifting? The only person on your team who I can maybe understand needing a shift is your Tracer, right? And I don't even think you see her. Is your Tracer why you shift? Is your Tracer why you shift? I'm honestly like questioning. No, you don't even see her. You don't even see her. You do not need to shift this. Enough. You're already at an HP to where you can immediately walk forward without worrying about it. So you will need to find a better balance of when and where to shift, when you can just greet it and get value out of it, and when it's like it's not necessarily needed. Because here's the thing, I don't want you never ever using shift. You need to use shift a lot of times, maybe when it's not optimal. Like you should be trying to get value out of it as much as you possibly can. But if you're not actively in the middle of a fight, and it's not actual HP that really needs to be healed up, I don't know. That last shift, like let's put it this way. This, I'm being nitpicky, very nitpicky with this shift right here. Very nitpicky. You're in the middle of a fight, your team is taking some damage. Shift here might be okay. Maybe it means that your Lucio can go speed song faster, right? We could conceivably say where this shift is okay. But the problem is that we've seen is that there are too many shifts, like 4 or 5 that have been used that were not in these kind of circumstances, that were worse. So it makes me wonder. Let's put it this way. Let's say you have these like occasional headaches every now and again. Okay, nothing crazy, just like every like once a week get a little occasional headache. That's not a big deal. That happens to like almost everybody. It happens all the time, right? But then you start seeing double every now and then, you know, and then you start feeling nauseous first thing in the morning and then later at night as well. And then you have these headaches, and then you see how like because it's a piece of a cog, it's a cog in a whole structure, it starts to become a red flag, right? So for you, the occasional whiffed shift or wasted shift is not a big deal. Like especially if it's, you know, okay, I can conceivably say where this was fine, but it's when you combine it with the shifts that were a lot worse, it leads me to believe that you might have a problem with just not properly thinking about your shift. So I might be wrong. Maybe you do think about your shifts, you just made bad decisions with it, in which case, you know, unlucky go next. But there's a lot of times where I'm wondering, like, is this guy really putting in the work thinking about his shifts? Because it doesn't look like it. And that's why I want to bring it up. So I think for you, the big thing for your BAP is just mostly taking into account like whether the shift is necessary or not, and then whenever you can, putting out that damage. You have really nice aim. Your BAP aim is very good. So you need to start using that as much as you can. You honestly, to be honest, outside of first fight, I think you did a pretty good job of it. So it was mostly something I just saw in first fight. The rest of the fights I think it looked pretty good. So your BAP is mostly fine. Shifts were a little bit wasted. Could have opened up a better angle here and there, but honestly looked okay on this. Or just, you know, it was just this round. It was like 4 minutes, but looked okay. The Brig was definitely the more concerning one with how much we were armor packing tanks. No, I understand, Peach Tea. I understand. It's like you wanna play it safe, right? You wanna play it safe. Do you have any last questions, Peachy? This was a little bit shorter because it was straight to the point. You had very one-dimensional issues, and it was just a Koth run with a lot of pauses. Like, honestly, this was only like an 9 minutes of gameplay. Do you have any questions about lamp usage or window usage or anything like that? Like, we'll do the full Q&A later, but like, if you have anything, just we can go over right now. Because technically, we've got like another 8 or 9 minutes left in your review. And if chat has any other questions about BAP as well that we can go over, let me know. For sure, window usage, but also my general position. Was anything terrible there? Okay, so let's just touch on that really fast then. So with BAP, it's the corner, right? But the unique thing about BAP, kind of similar to Zenyatta, is that you have LOS of your team or who you need to support, but also LOS of the enemies. So this right now is probably fine positioning. My only nitpick is you see how... Do you see this right here? So there's no sniper for you to worry about. So this right here is not excellent positioning. What you'd like is probably whenever you have shield. Hey, Kasaurus! Thanks for the raid, mate.
Trash can.
Appreciate it. Emergency raid by Kasaurus, as opposed to a nice, relaxed, gentle, you know, consoling, kind raid by Kasaurus. Thank you, Kasaurus. The guys, again, if you guys don't know, Kasaurus is the assistant coach for the San Francisco Shock. So thank you so much for the raid, mate. So for you here, it's like you have a shield and there's no real snipers for you to worry about. So what I want you to do, positioning wise, is right here, right? Same amount of sustain. If your Ryan dips behind corner, you can then adjust your angle and heal him this way. But this is the initial pressure that we talked about that you're missing sometimes. You see what I'm saying? This is where we miss. So like for BAP, it's a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing because you're like, oh, I have moon shoes, like you said. Like, I'm totally safe. I can position way more aggressively. But also with BAP, you're expected to position more aggressively. You like with Ana, if you're not hitting shots and the enemy is Ana, it's not a huge deal. You know, because like you don't have a massive clip, you don't have a massive fire rate. You have to pick and choose with your damage and healing. But with BAP, you need to be doing damage. Like, it's not a question of like, oh, can you? It's like it's a requirement to play the hero properly. With very, very few exceptions. So what I look for is and I'm like, okay, this guy doesn't have an LOS on the enemy team, and he could very well, he's full HP, they have no snipers, right? Why? This is my critique of your cover. It's not that you're feeding, it's the fact that you're not burning enemies. And we talked about it on first fight, and like I said, after that it was better. Like right now, again, do you see your positional issue here? Why are you not here? Why are you not here? You see? He's definitely late. Yeah, that could also be something that we're looking at as well. Is like maybe he's late in these rotations, which means that he's not able to get enough damage done before his team starts taking damage. I can't speak English. All right. Okay, so we'll look at this fight over again. Again, we're just focusing on the positioning here, ignoring the egregious use of shift. Right here, totally fine. I would probably nitpick and be like, I would probably want you to be playing here or playing on the high ground, right? On high ground where you have a good LOS here, like honestly be using your exo boots to go up and shoot and heal. But this is kind of an awkward position for you. But at the very least, I would rather have you up closer in your corner than further back and out in the open most of the time. Looks like we are looking for some damage though. So position, not great with the corners there. But at least we had a good LOS on main. Hydrate, thank you. I missed the hydrate command earlier, so I'm gonna have to like suck 2 down. And again here, like you see how you're kind of late with the rotate here a little bit. And again, I don't really blame you. That looked more like a miscommunication with, or just like a late scouting. But as soon as possible, get some damage in on that monkey. As soon as possible. Hey. Oh, sick. Sick.
I have to go.
Okay, I love you.
Have fun.
Love you too. Be safe, please.
You too.
You guys are killing me. You guys are installing IRL hydrophobia. Ah! Just dumped it down my throat. Ah! Okay. So. But you can kind of see that my problem with the window there is just like the sightline is just garbage. Like you want to keep putting, like right now you want to keep putting pressure on these guys if you can. So this is where like you might as well just be playing Ana here. Like you get a little more sustain out of the bat for sure, but like it sucks. Like once again, this monkey kind of toddles in at like full HP. You're doing a roast or highlight after this? Get ready. Man, there's nothing that you can do in a roast or highlight that will like be a surprise to me anymore. I'm prepared for anything at this point in time. There's nothing There's nothing at this point in time that's shocking. There's nothing new under the sun when it comes to Overwatch lowlights. Again, let's get some pressure out. Nice. This is where our Lucio didn't RA us and we wasted shift. Blessings. Holy moly. Questionable shift. I don't really have a problem with our positioning here. We were really disciplined with our corners. We moved from cover to cover, so that was fine. Let's look at a retake though. Again here, you could make an argument that maybe okay, I don't want you to be on low ground here. So like, I think this is fine. Like you can heal your Rein and put a couple pot shots in the Ana. Hey, kitty. Probably didn't need that. Well, yeah, I won't go over it. Honestly, your position looks okay. You died with the shift there, which is bad. That's the main thing. But honestly, the fight was lost. All right, last fight. Again, the shift, damage. Like this is what you want here. Easy heals, easy damage, easy heals, easy damage. Very little flicking involved. And your positioning to do that is good. Probably didn't need the drop there. Again, a little late with the push. Yeah, okay. So honestly, positioning mostly fine. Mostly fine, but we kind of like rehashed like what we're looking for. You get really uncomfy when my friends are critical sometimes. Any tips for that? I thought you said for a second I misunderstood what you said. I thought you meant like when your friends are critical towards you. Like, yeah, Peachy, you suck, and you get uncomfortable. I mean, Peachy, the big thing is like one of the ways that you can help with cannibalization, like not cannibalization, so you don't have to cannibalize. By the way, when he means cannibalize or she means cannibalize, she means basically like let your teammates die because you're like, I'm not gonna be able to keep you up, and I have an opportunity to turn the fight with this kill here. So I think it's just like you just have to use your judgment. You just have to use your judgment and read the fight tempo, right? Like, is this fight sustainable if I hard sustain? And then obviously, if you're doing a better job putting up pressure early. Like, in other words, you're putting up a good sightline where you can shoot enemies and heal your team at the same time, then you make it less likely that you'll ever have to be hard focusing on sustain because you're going to keep these guys in the back foot at all times, right? So I wouldn't worry too much about it. That's like too much of a case-by-case basis. The biggest tip I could tell for you is just clean up your game so that you're in fewer circumstances where you have to pick and choose. In ranked, should I use window mostly for myself or try to combo with ally Kree Rein? It's up to you. It's up to you. I think it's totally fine to combo, but if you have somebody who's not really willing or not really like, if you don't have anybody in your game who's like really willing to use the window or help you out, then just do it for yourself. Like if you're having to bend over backwards to try and make a window work for a teammate, it's generally not worth it. Yeah, I mean, that's what you want to try and do. Keep him on the back foot. That's why you play bat, right? Zen cannot survive a monkey diving. It's impossible. But if he gets the monkey to half HP before in Discord, before the monkey or as the monkey's diving, then you have a different story. Then you can survive. Bap is a hero very similar to Zenyatta in that aspect, where he can do a lot of sustain, but his utility is just his damage, his ability to put out threat, to put out pressure, keep himself alive, keep his teammates healthy. You keep the Echo, if the Echo's half HP, that Echo's not doing near as much damage to your team. And you can do both at the same time. Okay. We'll do the Q&A later. Whenever you'd like, you message me up, and we'll get the Q&A situated. Let's do this. Do you have any general rules for shift usage? Anytime you need healing or a teammate or teammates are like critical mid-fight or before or anytime there's like an active fight happening and people are taking damage. So like you don't have to wait until people get critical, but it has to be mid-fight, crap is happening, it's getting intense, it's going crazy, then you use your shift, right? Don't try and avoid using it between like right before a fight starts if you can. Use like your passive healing from either your right click or your other support, and then avoid using it if your teammates aren't really taking serious damage, right? They don't have to be critical, but they need to be taking serious damage. It's like a heal amp on Lucio. It's the exact same thing. Would have liked to submit a scrim VOD, but all the ones no worry, Windfall, don't worry about it. All right, here comes the redeem roast your highlight. Okay. I almost missed that. It doesn't highlight. Okay, Twitch chat doesn't really highlight these really well. Can you guys see this? Here, look at this. Look at this. I almost miss it if I'm not like paying attention carefully. Oh, you guys can't see that. Wait, right? But you guys can kind of see it. You guys can kind of see it. It's kind of rough. What is a Q&A? Basically, Q&A, if you get a tier 2 review, is we review a little longer, like another 10-15 minutes longer, and then after the stream, we can go over voice or over text. If you have any questions that you want to ask about gameplay, I generally recommend that people wait like a week before they do the Q&A. So just you like go and practice, and then you're like, I think I understand what he's saying, and then you go practice it for a week. You're like, wait, how do I do this? Like, I can't even remember. Like, I'm struggling applying the concept in this situation, and you guys we can go over it. It could be, you can type up the questions to me and I'll answer them. You can do it over a voice call. It doesn't have to be on stream either. It can be whenever. Yeah. So roaster highlight. Let's look at this. Chad, am I missing anything else? I'm scared I missed some commands. Yeah, you're welcome, PhD. Good luck with your main support versus flex support decision. Focus on more what you enjoy doing. Do what you enjoy, and then you'll be more committed to grinding to it. Yeah, no worries. I generally, yeah. Waiting a week is also great because then I can ghost you and just disappear. I quit streaming and never come back again, and all the people that have bought Q&As don't ever get it responded. And I live rich on some like Panama like island, and you guys have no idea where I am. go and Rome. Thanks for the sub. You have a ball on flex support. Might do that. Okay, you never did yours. Yeah, seriously, like you guys have to keep in touch because some of you guys never got back to me or never messaged me, and so like, yeah. Rich on $2 extra. I mean, yeah. You'd be surprised about the conversion rate over in Panama currency. I don't even know where Panama is. Panama Canal is like the Central America, right? Panama. That's Central America, right? Yeah, it's a transcontinental. Oh, it's right near Costa Rica. Yeah. Dude, I just like, I literally have the most well-rounded intelligence. Geez, I just realized I misspoke there. I am the most well-rounded intelligent person I know. Crap, there goes my entire point. Crap. All right, roast your highlight. Let's pull up Epic Pin for this one so we can draw out your specific failures. And humble, yes, that too. He returns to his shoebox. I'm too big for a shoebox, despite what you guys might think. All right, I'm too big for a shoebox. I can get my butt in there, but I can't duck my head in low enough. All right, roast your highlight. Let's see here. So first off, this is like, here's the thing. Roast your highlight is usually people send in like, okay, this is a monkey juggle, or I'm playing Widowmaker, or I'm playing Ana, or I'm playing DPS, or I'm playing like, a Zenyatta and I got a right click, or I played a hog and hit his click. No. You went Bastion. You had the audacity to pick Bastion. You had the audacity to save a highlight of Bastion, and then the audacity to pick Bastion, save a highlight of Bastion, and then send it to me. Okay? Screw you. The most goofy, stupid hero in the game, barring none. And we're talking about a game that has Moira and Torb and Doomfist and whatever, like Wrecking Ball. No, you sent in a Bastion clip. You're the type of person. Okay, you're the kid. I guarantee you, when you're like 10 or 11 years old, you're the kid that like that you let your cereal get really, really soggy and then just scoops like drink it with a straw. That was you. You're the type of kid who ate Cheerios, like waited his Cheerios to get soggy and drank them down with a straw. That was you. Or the person who purposely jumped on all the cracks in the sidewalk hoping they'd break your mother's back. Probably ate your own boogers too. You just killed the McCree. Okay, all right. Okay, so we're playing quick play. I love myself of me a good quick play highlight. People make fun of me for including goofy quick play highlights, but at least I don't flaunt it. And I don't flaunt it on Bastion either. Good God. Okay. Like, never in my life have I been so underwhelmed. They just didn't know you were there, and you just, like, you didn't even track properly. Like, I want this, like, can we change the, okay, you know what? I'm changing this to the 360 because this doesn't deserve any better. It's Bastion. You don't deserve 720, okay? So 360, whatever this is, and then whatever this is. I mean, there's nothing to roast. It's a Bastion highlight. You stood AFK, relied on the enemy team being deaf, dumb, and blind, and then you burn them to death. I mean, what do you want me to say? Good job? Like what? I can't even roast you. There's nothing here to roast. It's like trying to roast asphalt. It just leaves a faint, acrid smell and just smolders. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't burn down the house. It just sits there and smolders and stinks. Good job will suffice? Yeah, I'm not comfortable lying on stream. I'm sorry. So you want me to be dishonest and you're incompetent? Screw you. Or do you know what that means? I'm not sure like what your vocabulary is like. That means I don't like you. I disapprove of your choice of highlight. Hydrate. Yeah, I need to hydrate. I need a drink after that one. I'm honestly at this point, anything that will put me out of my misery. Like I drink the soup made from like the drugs of a lithium battery at this point. Anything. Just to wash that out. Why is roast the highlight out of stock? Is there a cooldown for it? It might be a cooldown for it. Try it. Oh, Noxtress. See, this is why I do this. You guys wonder why I flame you? It's because if I flame one person, hopefully the rest of you have enough functioning brain cells to go, gee, that went really poorly. I'm not going to do that. And I'm like, negative reinforcement. Good job. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much for saving my vision. Thank you so much. You guys treat it like it's a bad thing. I'm glad. I'm glad that you're not sending in. Well done. Congratulations. You'll go better next time? If you're playing Bastion, you're not going to be able to. You can't do better on Bastion. That doesn't make logical sense. Better Bastion, the only thing that they have in Sunlow is the starting letter. Everything else is just a complete antithesis. Okay. Why is my head cut off? Like what is with my camera? I'm either simultaneously too short or too tall. So you don't want to see your Brig highlight? I mean, Brig unironically takes more skill than Bastion, unless it's one of the Brig highlights of like, hey, the entire enemy team is 1 HP, and I just ran in there and swung my flail while rallying. That's not fun. But if it's a good highlight, I will commend you. Oh no, here we go. all right, House. We're gonna do one more highlight, and then we're getting into the Windfall review. Mac Bastion is one of the most mechanically intensive heroes. All right. You know, I trust you, House. My man is sitting in a highlight and not even cashing in channel points. All right, let's see here. So this is how it's done. This is how it's done. You see this right here? Widow highlight. I just got sitting in a Widow highlight. Attaboy. Yes, no Bastion crap. None of that. Sitting in a real clickety-click hero. I'm looking forward to this. Let's do this. I'm looking forward to this. Let's go. This is gonna be good. Alrighty. Alright, here we go. Alrighty. Okay. Grapple of main. Okay. Anytime now. Anytime now. Okay. Alright. Okay, where's the Alright, I'm looking forward to the highlight part. Alright, here comes a crazy headshot. Here comes a crazy headshot. I'm waiting for it. Here it comes. It's coming soon. It's almost there, chat. Like, we got a long video, so it must be coming soon. Alright, here comes a crazy grapple headshot. He's gonna get up in there and... Alright, well, we died. Maybe I missed something. Let me watch this again. I'm sorry, I have to make sure. I think I missed it. Hang on, I missed it. Let me watch this again. I'll be real. You gotta watch carefully, chat. You know, life can pass you by. You might miss something really crucial if you're not paying it. All right. Okay, a bunch of missed shots, but you know what? That's okay. It's all right. You know, I know we're, you know, a really low ring, so it's expected. Okay. All right. Where is this highlight here? Okay. Couple body shots that would discourage me, but you know, you keep your chin up and the real highlight's gonna come. I just know it will. Another body shot, man. That sucks, man. If I were you, I'd be pretty down in the dumps after all those body shots. But you know what? You're gonna keep your heads up, and you're gonna hit a crazy 3K here. Here it comes. Yep. Right. Okay. Okay. All right. How much is this? The wrong. I think you sent me the wrong clip. You sent me the wrong clip, House. I won't count it. You can send me the real highlight here. That probably Control C, Control V the wrong thing. Yeah, that's just the wrong. Say the one you sent me. I mean, the one you sent me looked like it was at a. Looked like you got the wrong clip there. That looked like just a couple of. I mean, it's just a couple of body shots. I mean, it was you hit some body shots, so I don't think that was what you meant to send. You hit the one headshot, but it was, you know, this guy was stationary, so like that wasn't it, right? Where's the actual clip? You gonna send it? House, where's the clip? I got another VOD review, brother. We gotta go. Is this console? Yeah, I'm not actually sure. It might be. Hydrate. All right. Well, hurry and send that clip, man. Tell you what. I have to start the next VOD review, but if you actually find the good highlight that you meant to send, you send that over, and we'll get that rolling, right? Anytime you get a good highlight, you send it right on over, Chief, and we'll get you. I owe you one after that one. That must have been kind of embarrassing. You actually meant to send a highlight, and you sent that. That's all right. You'll show them how good you are. Next clip, go get it. You watch. All those haters, man. They don't know what you're capable of. Whole VOD of highlights. All right. Okay. Okay. Windfall, are you in chat? Is Windfall in chat? This is console game. Is this console gameplay? Or no. Okay, no. Windfall just admitted to being console. Okay, Windfall's console. Wait, you are console? Oh boy, are you console? No, you're not console. Okay. Been a GM for about a week now, NC peak 4.111 on the second day, and I really want to be the best I can become, especially for our team, so that we dominate OD. So please be as nitpicky as possible and find as much points as I can improve on as possible. Well, the good news is I can help. The bad news is that I probably won't be super nitpicky. I don't believe in being super nitpicky usually, because I want to give you a vision of what to improve on, and for you to improve, you don't necessarily need somebody to be nitpicky for you to improve. You need somebody to set high standards and not say, "Hey, this is pretty good Lucio gameplay, move on." But you also don't want a plague of this and this and this and this and that. You want a direction with what you go over. Cute girl 69. What? Oh, all right. So let's see here. The big thing we see with the thing we always look at with Lucio is amp usage, positioning, speed timing, and then beat usage. And really the speed, timing, and positioning have a lot to do in common, because like we saw in the last Lucio VOD review in Blizzard World, you want to be in a position so that you can engage when your team is actually engaging. In other words, you speed in, but you're not just speeding in behind Rein Shield, you're speeding in and booping the Rein in, you're booping the Zarya away, you're putting some spam on the Widow. There's a lot of things that you can do as Lucio at the same time as your team is engaging. A lot of Lucios think that, oh, it's my job just to sit 6 men in Aura, AFK, speed when proper, heal when proper. And that's okay, right? That is an important part to be like keeping your team in your aura and making sure that you are speeding and healing at the right time. But that's like saying, guys, I'm super healthy, right? You're the world's best athlete, the world's greatest soccer player, right? But you only play at like a high school field and you don't compete, don't do anything like that. Now, if that's what you want to do, fine. But if you really want to get maximum value, maximum output, maximum exposure, you need to take those good decisions. You need to go out and do something with them. Because you could be on speed on the right time and heal at the right time, but if you're not booping the enemies in, taking advantage of that good timing, or booping them away, or dueling people, then you're getting less value out of it. Your return on investment is poor. Right? So it's your job here is when you do speed, what are you doing with it? And you have to look at the enemy comp and decide. So we look at the enemy comp and I'm like, okay, when do we speed? Maybe we speed when they jump in. You speed, you boop the monkey away, and then you find Tracer, right? Or maybe you boop the brig in when you do engage. Like there's a lot of things that you can do here. So like I can see boop being used. You could be dueling Widow. You can boop brig in. You can boop the Tracer away. You can boop the Ana off of high ground onto a bad position. You can boop the Winston away. You can boop the Diva away. You can boop Winston behind cover. There's a lot of things you can do. Okay, sounds good. So basically your job here, Windfall is, okay, you said this is like a week old. That's fine. So if you've made improvements off of this, that's great, but I'm still going to point them out as errors because if you've made improvements off of them, I still want them to be hammered home as the stuff that you've improved on is definitely the right thing. In other words, if you're making mistakes here that you're like, I've already fixed that, well then I'm going to confirm that you needed to fix those in the first place. Okay. So to prevent that dive, look for opportunities to do something. So you guys are just gonna go in. Not a fan, to be honest, but sure. Let's get a boop here. Good. On speed, swap healing. Ooh, better cover usage, please. I want you guys to think about this very carefully. What do you think about this? What do you think about this? Leaving Ana. So leaving Ana is a risk. It's a tricky one, isn't it? So this is not black and whoa, what the heck? This is not black and white. To be very clear. That's why I want us to think about it. This is not black and white because the thing is you're thinking we're playing Ana, we're playing Torb. Nobody in my team can deal with the Lucio or with the Widow except for me. Number two, this is also very short engagement. In other words, this Widow's not if you went for the Widow up here, you'd die, right? It's too far away. And you'd be too far away from your team. The other thing you have to think about is, as well as my Diva, their Diva is dead, so there's nobody to peel for this Widow, really. They might armor pack her, but there's nobody to peel for her. The bad thing is obviously that you do leave your Ana. The other bad thing too is if you look at this as well, is that your Ana doesn't have nade anymore. So she's at a pretty high risk of dying here. So I'm going to give you a pass, but I don't want you staying on the Widow forever. I want you to pressure her, knock her off of high ground, force her grapple, whatever, make her move, and then probably go back to your team. Because this should not be a long excursion. This should be a run to the 7-Eleven, you know, get a pack of donuts and you're on the way back again. You know? Now you're back. Right. Okay, well, that ruins the entire thing. Any benefit that you could have had, you turn towards the Widow, you drop off of speed. Well, your Ana's critical, but you turn towards the Widow. I don't know if you're expecting her to shoot your Ana, and bingo. Or you're trying to boop the brig, and there goes your entire benefit of diving the Widow, because she's got a great angle here. You dive her, she's not shooting anybody. Now she's in a terrible position, but this right here. And there you go. That sucks. So I think I'm going to give you a pass in terms of your decision making, but the execution was poor. Get out. Speed your team. Get out. You need to be speeding your team. This needs speed. Harassing Tracer right now is not a priority. It's getting your team back so you can actually have a team. Wait, you need to go be... The number one noob mistake as Tracer, as Lucio between fights is not speeding your team back from spawn. It doesn't matter if it's Zen, Zarya, Lucio. Always speed. Always. Constantly. Even if it just saves 5 seconds here, 3 seconds there, 2 seconds there. Always. Okay. You're not speeding your team. All you're doing is you're risking getting your head blown off by the Widow again. Speed your team. Speed your team. None of this matters. And you almost die. None of this matters. None of this matters. Speed your team. This is really, really, really basic. You really needed to peel that. Like, screw your Reinhardt. Like, if your Reinhardt's going in hard, think about this. Think about this, chat. Think about this, chat. I think the priority. Okay, so Windfall. Your priority is this. Who is your priority right now? Who do you think is more important for you to help right now? Look at this here. In chat, you help him out with this, or her out with this. Who do you think is more important? Ana, why? Why? Zarya, yeah, I mean, yeah, you guys are, why? Ana, Zarya, exactly, why? Why? Ryan's dead. Yes, it's too late. It's over. This guy, he's dead. He's dead not only there, he's dead now. He's already dead. He's dead. These guys are not dead. This is winnable if you keep your Ana alive, if you keep your Zarya alive. Your Widow as well is getting pressured. And now you're on the way back, but the damage has already been done. Like, your Widow dies unnecessarily, your Zarya's gonna die unnecessarily. Or she should have died unnecessarily. And all of that because you made the wrong decision about where to be. So I want you to prioritize who needs help, where can my contribution be felt. I appreciate the hustle that you're putting out. Like, you're definitely putting out hustle, and you're like enabling, disabling, help your Ryan, deal with the Widow, go back here. But you're making poor decisions with it. They need to be fixed. Why are you not healing? What on earth? Wait, what? That's crazy. Okay, I'm tunneling a little bit here. Let me look at what's happening. So your comp sucks. You're playing Brawl DPS and Brawl tank, and then Dive tank with Dive support, and then Brawl support. It's just a mess. It's a train wreck. So I don't know what's going on here. Totally fine. Very good. Really, 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 really good. A little risky, but I'll give credit where credit is due. I appreciate you just using your beat and not waiting. $35, let's go. Not even close, baby. Not even close. So many people wait to use beat and wait and wait and wait, and then beat when the fight's already lost. Just use the darn ultimate. Just use it. Unless you have something that you're specifically saving it for, just use the ultimate. You need to be in heal song here. Okay, let's watch this again. It's a good beat. This is what I'm talking about with the boop, by the way, guys. Fights, mid-fights happening. What does this boop accomplish? Think about it. Beat, damage. What does this boop? He checks Widow. Widow's too far away for him to harass, so he doubles back. Boops the D.Va in. Now this D.Va doesn't have a good angle, and she has to use boosters to get out. If she doesn't use boosters, then she dies, right? She dies. She instantly dies because she's in the middle of the point, right? So he boops the angles off of main onto main. Do you see that? So he boops angles outside, in, so that they die. That was good. Okay. I'm not sure what you're amping there. Let me look again. How does your monkey die? What? Ah, what? What? Okay. The amp is not so bueno. Maybe you saw your Torb, and then you boop air. Would have liked to. Oh, nice. You get it. Nice. Okay, don't chase. Don't chase. Don't chase. Don't chase. Nice. Don't jump either. Don't jump. Get out. Oh, bless. Okay, that was good. Okay, so overly solid. The beat was fine. Your amp usage and positioning was really, really good. So you're positioning your cover corners, really utilizing your wall ride. So like you were here in the Diva, and then you're here, back here, peeling off the Tracer, and then you're over here in the Widow. So that was really, really good. The amp usage was questionable. So that's the big thing to look at there, but I get you. GM Monkey, by the way. Oh yeah, I need to update VOD. Is VOD... I guess VOD is still correct, so... GM Monkey, by the way. I mean, it happens. GM Lucio. Okay, let's go. We're getting spoiled, chat. 2 GM VODs in a row. So yeah, just mostly sit and heal some... What is going on? So... No real hard aggression for your team right now, so you're kind of holding up. You're sorry, I literally just... ins. I have no idea what she's doing. Oh my gosh, that is a throw and a half right there. Holy moly. I don't even know what that deal was. So your Zarya ends. You amp, but you end up on the floor. This is a no can do. You need to get off the floor. Because I know you're worried about the Widow here, but you being on the floor here is a massive int. This right here, bang, this kills you. This kills you right here. Now, I'm not going to nitpick it here too much. I know you want to be in a nitpick, but this is a no good. You cannot be in the floor here. Like, you cannot be in the floor. You need to go from here to here, boop in, and then wall ride to here, and then you got the opportunity of harassing this Widow or putting pressure from behind. The second that you touch this floor, you eat a nade that's not even intended for you. Look at this nade. She's not even looking at you. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There you go. She's not even looking at you. Like, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. She sees Brig. And she nades Brig. She doesn't even see you. That's no good. That can't happen. I know that when I try and boot people while I engage, I sometimes lose distraction on the wall inside Drown. Well, then you know what you need to practice then. At least in that instance. Nice. Nice. Okay, gonna amp heals for critical Winston. It's fine.
No one can hide from my sight.
So, in the speed, definitely this is going to be really important that you try and get this boop right here. So you're going to engage. I need you to boop this Winston in. Or Diva in. Nice. But you're right. You're absolutely right. Do you see your lack of focus here? Look at your lack of focus. You go in for the boop, but look at your positioning. Right here. You initiate with your wall ride. Good. You go in for the boop. Good. But then you get stuck. Be very careful about that. Be very, very, very careful about that. Your wall riding tends to dip off in quality just slightly every single time you go for a boop. And that means you either get stuck or you fall off the wall entirely. And this is how you die to Kreese. Like this kind of stuff right here. Or flashbanged, right? Fine to amp that. A little bit of panic, but sure. Oh, bless. I don't know what Winston's doing. Let me look at this again. So you peel back because you're thinking, oh, this blink is going after my Widow. But your Widow is no longer there, so you don't need to be here. So you go back to your team. And then your Monkey jumps across, and Monkey's critical. To be perfectly honest, I think the play here is to ignore your Monkey. If you're dealing with a mobile dive tank that's jumping out of the fight, I wouldn't chase. I wouldn't chase here. Because he dies anyway. Okay, okay, Windfall. I'm gonna get your help for this. What is the mistake here? What is the mistake here? What is the mistake right here? Hint, it's similar to the issue we had with the Reinhardt. And chat, you guys can help as well. What's the mistake here? target priority? No, I don't think so. I think Tracer, if Tracer was on your Widow, I would definitely want you to fall back and peel. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I need to change the text. Thank you. Trying to be everywhere but end up being nowhere. Sure. Yeah, I think that's a good way of putting it. I think the issue here is that, like, you're like, oh, I need to help my monkey. Your monkey is dead. Your monkey is dead. It's over. He's not going to get help. He's a mobile hero. You are Lucio. You will not heal him enough. Right? So you cannot help your monkey. He's dead. So what you need to do instead is help somebody who you can absolutely help. Remember the Reinhardt purple critical all the way in? You can't help that. It's over. So commit to what you can actually help with. Yeah, Crimson. And help this, because think about it this way. If you were here, look at what you could have done here. Do you see this? Boop there. He's off the map. He might, well, okay, he's not off the map, but he doesn't reach your team. You completely deny disengage, and you guys actually will probably kill this monkey. Rally armor and all. He's probably dead. Yeah, I don't even know if he has rally armor, but he's dead. You see that? And your Torb is able to stay. You boop him out. Now you're back over, but he should have already been dead. And the damage is kind of already done. You see your Torb's positioning here? We would have liked to have your Torb stay here a little longer. You see that? And also, look at your positioning as well. When you're on the way back, that's when you feed. You see this? You're low on the floor. You end up having to amp, which is already bad. Then you're on the floor. You see it again. Again, you're on the floor. Again, you're on the floor. That's how you get bashed. And that means once you have to leave instead of stay, where you could continue to find value by shooting this D.Va, shooting this Winston, etc., etc. So we have two errors here in one, and they're both errors that we have seen before. The first error is that we're trying to be too many places at once instead of prioritizing properly. Oh, hey, Jordy. And the second error here is that when we go for an aggressive or defensive boop or whatever, we instantly fall off the wall. That can't happen. Because as soon as you fall off the wall, you become a target. And then you either die or you have to panic and get out, which is almost as bad as dying, because either way, you're out of the fight. Either way, out of the fight. Because your mistake of this priority here meant that your team lost this position here and you wasted amp. Your mistake with the wall ride meant that you almost died and you had to leave the fight. So your contribution in this fight was very low. Look for boops in the Torble. Oh, I mean, exactly. There's so many things that we could have done here if we had properly prioritized and not dropped off the wall. One of those mistakes, well, like we would like none of those mistakes, but we made both. Again, you can help this, so yes, be here. Questionable ult, but I respect it. Again, I will never, ever, okay, not ever. I will very rarely gripe about an ultimate in a winnable fight with beat. I don't mind, go for it. This fight is very winnable. Go for it, do it. Show me what you got, Chief. Good, okay? The rally stacking kind of sucks, but sure. Okay, now right now we have to prioritize. What do you guys think? What do you think is a priority right now? Look at the battlefield. Look at the battlefield. What is a priority right now? With what we can see. What's the priority? Do we rush in and kill Winston Crete? Do we peel off the D.Va? Do we peel off the Tracer? What's the priority? This is where you have to understand Overwatch at its fundamental base before you start saying anything. Tracer. Why Tracer? Why is Tracer priority? Flank. Exactly. Flanks. You do not int on main. Let me put it this way. These guys are not scary. These guys are not very scary. They will not hurt you. They might hurt you, but the odds of them hurting you are very, very low. This person can go still kill your D.Va. Or your Widow, excuse me. This person, if your Torb doesn't have overload, he might die. Right? He's got overload, so he's probably okay. But there's a chance that this D.Va gets crazy value. There's a chance that this Tracer sticks your Zarya and you end up losing this fight. This guy doesn't, like, this guy can't see anything. Like, what can he see? A Brig shield, a Torb that can hide behind a corner, a Widow across the map, and that's it. Your team has effectively utilized cover against this McCree, but their cover is worthless against this Tracer and against this D.Va. Peel off the flanks. Because I can tell. I can tell right now you are thinking, oh, I'm going in towards the Kree. And I understand that you're thinking, oh, the Brig, I gotta help the Brig. But who needs help more now? The Brig or the Monkey and the Zarya, right? Because you can help this person, you can help this person, or you can help this person. So you always prioritize the flank that needs help, right? That's what you do. And I can already hear you guys going, oh, well, what about the Winston? You guys, wasn't he on the flank, right? Like this Winston right here. Wasn't Winston on the flank? Yes, but so is your team. These guys are on the flank as well, right? You see this here? So help this here, not this here. It's not this, the rule holds true. The rule holds true. But you almost died. You almost died to a pulse. Like right here, you need to be looking at Tracer. Tracer or D.Va. There you go. There you go. Very, very bad if that D.Va gets the kill on your Widow. Very bad. This fight becomes very stallable for them. Good job. Okay. So what we're seeing is, number one, you tend to be indecisive and you prioritize the wrong things. Okay. So you go to support people who are already dead instead of supporting people who might survive and or can have really good positions. And then when you go for aggressive boops or aggressive plays, you often drop off the wall while you're doing so. And that can't happen either. Only way they win this fight is by clutching off angles. It's like hearing my beautiful voice speaking through Twitch chat. Yes, that is absolutely right. Good, Windfall. Yes, very good. Very good. Okay, your mechanics look pretty solid. All right, let's see what we got here. Good. You're very good at this. Very, very good at this. Prevent this Tracer from ever staging. Okay, so really quick here, chat. Let's say that we as Lucio are preventing this Tracer from staging, giving her difficulties. And then as we're doing this, the Winston D.Va jump in right here and they start diving our Brig. Do we continue to harass Tracer or do we look to boop pressure the Monkey D.Va? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? And by the way, just to cheat for you guys a little bit, the answer to this is not very easy. It's a little bit of black, it's a little bit of white. It's kind of hard to say. Think about it for just a second. I'll help you guys in just a moment. Keep pressure, okay? So I would say keep pressure on Tracer is probably fine, but it's a big if. Keep pressure if you can keep your Brig in your aura. If you can keep Brig in your aura. If you cannot, then you need to prioritize with Brig. I do also see a very good argument for you going on Monkey D.Va if they engage, because you can get a big boop on them. In other words, if they jump in and you boop them on the engage, that's really strong too. So I'm unsure. I think if you pressure Tracer and then Brig gets dove and you peel back and stay with your Brig and boop away the tanks, I think that's fine. I think you're pressuring Tracer right now is enough pressure as it is, and you could pressure the Monkey tanks. But I can also see a very good argument for, hey, as long as my Brigs and my speed are heal aura, and I'm completely denying Tracer from ever diving, then my Brig has a pretty good chance of surviving. So I think either one is okay, but you have to do either one properly, right? It's like deciding what coaching style is best. Is it the loving, considerate coaching style, the supportive, the calm, or is it the tough love, hard-nosed type? Either one can work very well, but it has to be done properly, either one. So I'm curious to see which one we do, because I assume they're going to dive your Brig, and if, I can't imagine they're going to dive this group. And if you do, like whatever one you choose, are you going to do it properly? So let's see here. Good. Now you see that we've zoned out Tracer. So now Tracer has to engage in a suboptimal position. Very good. Okay. All right, let's look at this again. Okay, so I don't like how we're going backline here. I'm not a big fan of this right here. I appreciate the looking for boops because, you know, hey, it's Ilios well. But do you even know that they're on Monkey? Yeah, you don't even know. You just I don't even know what you're assuming here. Like, you're assuming way too much. Like, this is a reaction. This is not a anticipation. Like the goal of Overwatch is to always anticipate, not to react. So you are reacting to this Winston jumping in, which is no good.
Let's get you healed up.
Okay.
Up the tempo.
The objective is now.
Okay, chat, what's wrong with the audio? Do you guys hear that? Do you guys or not hear that? Where are my shots? Do you guys not hear shots? Shots aren't very clear.
This is gonna make you feel better.
Why is the audio so weird? Do you hear that? What is wrong with the audio? I don't know how to describe it. There's something missing. Or is that just me? That's scuffed. Something's goofy. It sounds like I'm like listening through like a wet blanket or something. It's like all muffled or something. Oh, is it beat? Okay. All right. So we're a little late to the party here. The amp is, and then again, do you see how the amp is necessary because we're a little late to the party? If you're amping here, if you're here, like on this wall here or up here, you're gonna get the preemptive boop and you won't have to amp.
Let's up the tempo.
The objective.
Oh man. That's not good. Because again, you notice how like now we're on the floor and so now we have to put a lot of attention into climbing the wall. How does your hog die, man? How? Actually, how does your hog die? What? Your hog just feeds. This off thing is terrible. Like this guy is inted twice in this game, like straight up inted.
Up the tempo.
So you're gonna get back on the high ground. We don't manage to do that.
Push on.
You guys are gonna lose this fight. Oh, you lost your brig. You almost kept your brig. So you're gonna go for a trade. What? This fight is actually winnable. What? Crazy. Going to help here. Woo! Dude. What? How? Okay, so like a lot of good things to say here. You're doing a good job, but like you peeled very well. You were very late to the fight, so that's a big error there. You're very late. You peel off here. Your aim's totally fine, and then you're like down 1 or 2. So you're like, okay, I go in clutch. So you go in for a boot play. That's the proper decision. You go in. All of a sudden, you're actually getting kills. And you're like, okay, maybe this fight is winnable. So you help your ball with the Lucio. You then help over here with the McCree. And then you duel the Tracer, and then now you guys actually flip. So that was really well done. No real nitpicks here. No real nitpicks. This looks good. Yeah, I understand the issue with the brig here. Now this is what I do have an issue with. Okay. This is what I have an issue with. What the heck can you do against this? What can you do against this? What is your contribution against Rein Shield? What are you? This is nothing. You're worthless. You're less than worthless here. You're actually because again, it's not just I'm shooting Rein Shield, I'm doing something. You're doing less than nothing because. Well, less than you should, for example, because you should be positioned where you could do more, right? You're taking yourself away from where you should be doing. I'm sorry, I can't give you a pass for that. That's just stupid. That's just dumb. Like I understand maybe keeping your brig and your aura, but like how does Ryan lose this? Like why is he going in with his team like still way back here? Like I don't get it. The Ryan is just dumb as rocks, but like you don't get a pass for this. You just don't. Okay. All right, ball goes in. You're gonna go in with the ball. Now, chat, I want to take one quick moment before we pause again. What has changed about the enemy composition in relation to what we as Lucio need to be doing? So something that we constantly need to be checking here. What has changed? Think about it. Look at the tank line. No monkey, no diva. There's a ball, but no monkey, no diva. So what does that mean for us as Lucio? What does this mean for us as Lucio? Yeah, still watch Tracer on flank. Yep, still watch Tracer on flank. Absolutely. Absolutely. But I need more information. More liberty to flank? Well, I mean, yeah, more liberty to just go Reddit mode. So what I want you to do is you to keep tabs on Ball Tracer. If the Ball Tracer are not in a position to go in, whether they're down on cooldown, so they're not just in a position, then you can go, then I want you Redditing. So you're either peeling brig or diving with ball, one or the other, depending on the status or the position of the enemy team. Right now, Tracer's in. Tracer's out. Your ball goes in, and you can quickly do this, so this is the correct play here. The ball, like, right? This is the correct play. Okay, back out. Lucio's dead. Keep going. Okay, but right now, you need to be back on your brig. I want you to go double check on your brig. Simply because we know that they have reestablished their cooldowns, and you need to go back and prioritize on that first. Yeah, so I'm not a huge fan of this. So you go in really aggressively here, but I want you aware of what your brig needs at this point in time, because I think your contribution here is very low. Like, you're not doing a lot right here. So where could you position? Where could he position it better? Where could he position better here? Think. So if we need to be supporting our brig here, but we want to be on the wall, what I would probably do here is, I don't know. Maybe we could play up here, ledge, and then you could drop to heal if necessary. You could drop to heal here if necessary, peel off, and then jump right back on the wall and jump across here. Blue ledge, yeah, somewhere around there. But we're in a little deep. We're in a little deep. I'll cut you some slack because it looked like you guys were ready to go for an aggressive game plan, and you do adjust. I don't know why we go back. That was weird. Why did you go back? I think you guys called Tracer in the back line. You guys must have called Tracer. You guys must have called Tracer or something. Okay. Well, eventually hopefully we use beat so that this audio bug goes away, because this is really annoying. Uh-oh. Questionable. Okay. Questionable. Okay, so amp was meh. Used amp out in the open here, like when they were not even engaging, okay? So questionable amp. What's the issue with this beat? What's the issue with this beat, chat? How you have 0 chance of getting a single kill in here. Like almost no chance of getting a kill in here. Why? Think about it. Think about it. Do you have angles in here? One down, team's not ready. You have no angles. They're all in a small choke. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. If you're going to beat engage, wait for them to exit and then beat through. As well as, honestly, here, you could probably just beat to counter mines or something like that. I'm not a huge fan here. But yeah, definitely, this is not going to work. Not gonna work. You guys force an engage through a choke. And while you're doing that, well, your brig doesn't commit. Your brig doesn't even push with you. And what happens with this Zarya? Honestly, honest question here. What happens to this Zarya? You whole hog and booper at the same time. Oh no! You call for an engage because you were down with it. You want to surprise them. That's fair, but wait for them to walk through the choke before you engage in them. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to get any kills. Because the idea is right. Okay, we're down one. We have to clutch, but you can't clutch when they're in their spawn. Let them come out a little bit, and then you can rush them down. Because then you guys are set up around that. Because if you think about it here, look at the way you guys are, where you guys are set up. You guys are set up around point. You see that? Around point. You can rush things when they come to point. You cannot rush things inside a room. For example, right now is when you beat engage. Because now you can rush down and kill that Zarya. Now you can rush down and kill that Lucio. Now you can theoretically rush down and kill that Ana. You see that? There's a big difference here. Right, exactly. Alright. Speed your Genji, speed your Genji, speed your Genji, speed your team, speed your team, speed your Genji, speed your Genji. Please speed. This is a problem with you. Speed, 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 speed. Your Hog and Genji are having to hoof it back from point without any speed help. So right now, Windfall, whip out your piece of paper or write it in blood. I don't even care. Speed your team from spawn. Whenever at all possible. Please, I'm begging you. You'll also accidentally catch tracers spawn camping sometimes as well, which is another big benefit, right? You're doing nothing right now. You're literally worthless right now. You've got nothing else better to do other than speed. I'm not sure what the plan is here. Like, you guys are not in any position to push, and you're leaving your backline to go in aggressive. But remember, you cannot go aggressive without knowing the status of this senorita and this senor. You understand? You have to assume that they're set up to dive, and that becomes a priority for you. You've already seen it. They're already positioned aggressively. You run into them, and you're like, oh, that's fine. I'm sure my brig will sort that out, and you leave her behind. No. You come back. That's good. But it costs you your amp in the process, which is not good. 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 Stay on the wall. You go in. Okay, so this works. This will work. Now, I don't know if you win this fight or not, but whatever you're doing right now is more likely to work because you're like, okay, we're aggressing. I've peeled them off. Now I'm going to go in for a boop. Now, again, I don't want you standing here too long. So we get flip, and yeah, immediately, this is good. Yes, this is good. Good job. Good. Again, not going to go over mechanics here. Doesn't work out super well. We get out, but right back, right? Go and aggress. It's the push and pull. You push in with Turbo. You create some space, cause some havoc. You know that ball tracer aren't going in, but then you're back right when that tracer's there to engage. Questionable amp. Let me look at this again. What were we actually amping here? Trying to amp our ball, I think. Okay, understandable. I mean, obviously, if you have time to react, obviously assisting your blade as well would be good. Back in your brig, back in your brig. Nice. Questionable amp. Unless you're going for questionable amp. Yeah, not a great amp. This fight's probably a loss either way, but it's unfortunate. You guys have time for another regroup, though. Okay. So we need to survive until we get that rally. Nice. Wait, what? Have you guys ever heard that voice line before? Listen. That was the sound of science? Or silence? I've never heard that before. What the heck? Crazy. Okay, so we're back here. Nice. How do you guys lose this? It's a terrible minefield. Okay, I want to look at this fight really carefully, because this is the last fight in this point. You peel off the dive. You amp the dive. Fine. You go in for a play for a boop. It doesn't pay off. When do we want to go for boops? Windfall, when do you go for boops? When is the science of when you go for an aggressive play? When do you go for an aggressive play? General terms. When? My thought process is as soon as you know that you're right, so you synchronize with your team's pressure, right? The second thing is that you know that you don't have anything that you actively need to be supporting at that point in time. In other words, you don't need, like if you look at the battlefield right now, You're going in for a boop right here. So we need a spectate overlay. Does our ball need help? Not really, no. I mean, he's not really... I mean, we can't really help him a whole lot right now. Does our Torb need help? Not really, no. What about our Brig? Not really, no. What about our Tracer? I mean, no, she's in spawn, okay? So I look at this, and I'm thinking, probably fine. Yeah, right? You do your homework, you clear out your angles, or you peel the enemy pressure, you deal with the enemy pressure, and then you go for an aggressive play. Hey, Dark H Moon. So we go in, we don't quite hit the boop, unfortunate. They get the beat off, which is really unfortunate. You peel this off. You miss the boop, which really sucks. You beat. Now, I need you now to go for aggression, right? You've beated. You've created basically a cushion for you to play aggressive with. This is when you go in hard. No, this is no good. You can't do this. You can't. You can't. This is bad. You have just beated your Torb. 8 HP. Wow. Now you cannot leave him for long. But you need to make a play. You need to make a play. This is you booping the enemy Reinhardt in. Right? Right here. This needs to happen. Do you understand, Windfall? You have beated your team. This is the time for aggression. Hydrate, thank you. Reason finding great. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Moon. Appreciate it. Glad they were helpful. You have given yourself a cushion, a window of time to aggress by doing your homework, by peeling off the enemy back your team and beating. You need to go in. You need to go in. A play needs to happen.
Up the tempo.
You don't know. That's it. Okay, here's the thing, is you don't know what you get. You don't know what you get. You need to look for something to aggress on. Because my point here, Windfall, is... Oh, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. Thank you, Sinclook. My point isn't that you need to go for Rein. Because you're right, booping Rein, probably not all that helpful. My point is then look at your body language after you beat. Look at this. Look. You beat. You've got options here. Right? Let's see what you do. You see how passive you are? You could have literally gone, all right, Tracer, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Right now, go get the Tracer. No recall, you've got beat HP. Like, mess her day up. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Sinclair. Appreciate it. Mess her up. Your entire body language, as soon as you beat, is you sit on the floor and you're very passive. I understand, but you didn't need to be as passive as you were there. You did not need to be as passive as you were there. You could have kept Torbjorn in your aura and pressured that Tracer. You're very passive. So yes, I'm being nitpicky here. Oh, we see 9. Ah, that sucks. But I want you to aggress. Oh my gosh. Oh, that just hurts. Okay. So, still looking at windows of when we're aggressing versus when we've peeled off. Prioritizing helping the right things, the things that we can actually help, not the lost battles. And then dropping off the wall when we didn't need to. Dropping off the ball when we're going in aggressively. So we've got a little bit of a grab bag here. A couple of unorthodox and unusual things to be thinking about as Lucio. We've had 2 different rounds with slightly different results of things to work on. Now we come into the 3rd and final round. Now we get to actually find out, what are we going to pull away from? Like, what are we going to see more of that we need to really work on? Okay, because right now there's a couple of different things, right? There's even a couple of wasted amps, you know? So what are we gonna work on? Because I look at your comp now and I'm like, okay, well, you have ball to peel off, you have Tracer to peel off, but you have a more tanky backline. So you've got more options with what you can do here. So like, let's see. We're gonna roll out high ground. That's always helpful. You can get to, you know, you can use high ground to get to, you know, here. You can get to high ground to here. You can get to high ground to here. You can use high ground to get to over here. It's like it's a launching point for a lot of different spaces. And you get there fast. Whew. Good. I want more heals from you. In other words, if you're standing AFK, like right here is heal song, but instead we go to speed, but we don't really have a reason why we're going speed. Our team isn't really moving. We go speed, heal, speed, and then again, why speed? Why speed? You guys aren't kiting, you guys aren't moving. And again, back to speed, and you're still on speed. A little too much speed. And they end up having to amp, which maybe might not have been necessary if you'd caught like an extra 1.5 seconds of heal R there, right? Maybe this Zarya is like, you know, okay, she's not quite critical. You know, you don't have like that internal, like, okay, they're critical, I gotta amp. Maybe that doesn't happen. So, not amazing. Good job. You guys have lost high ground, so that's unfortunate. Again, questionable amp. You look who's critical here. Really not necessary to amp this. Obviously, you don't know the status of Vape every single point in time, but really not necessary to amp this. He's behind cover, and you have an Ana who has perfect LOS in him. Do not amp this. Okay. Good. So what are you gonna do? You guys are up 1. You wanted to make a move and your tanks weren't talking? Okay, sure. But I want you to think here. Can you amp now? Is now a good time to amp to make a move? No. You've got a Zarya with personal bubble, but who's more importantly backing out, and a Roadhog who's critical behind a corner. You see what I'm saying? No. If you want to amp to take initiative here, the time is now. Now you amp. Now you amp. Now you amp because your tanks are healthy and they're walking forward a little bit. So you can take that and encourage them to walk forward more. Because you're right. Because if you're in a situation, especially with a weird comp like this, you're like, what the heck am I supposed to be doing as Lucio? And this is why Lucio is not a super strong support hero, because he's a little inflexible and he but does better with more team coordination, right? But this here, you can guarantee that when they're here, they're not going to be taking space to do anything right now. Now, there's an opportunity for you to amp in and get value. You can amp this in. Maybe they push in a little bit more. Maybe you amp and you catch this wall right here and you boop these guys out in the open more, to where your your Hog can land a hook, your Genji can get a dive, Torb can get some extra shots, etc. But right now, your amp is already over, and that's what we're concerned about. Okay. So let me look at this again. So we amp late, or too early, excuse me. We put some pressure on the point. I don't love this. This is not I'm not a fan of this. I'd prefer you to control, again, anytime you're not on the wall, we always have to have a good reason for you not being on the wall. And right now you're not on the wall, and there's not really a good reason for you not to be on the wall. That ends up meaning that you have to blow your amp, which we hate. And again, what do you do with it? So you're back out here, peeling your Torb, and then you leave your Torb right as a Tracer comes in. Your Hog pops. Good, thank you. Oh, but the funny thing is it took the ball spawn camping your Ana for you to actually speed people back from spawn. That's not good. That should just be a conscious, oh, I just do that automatically. Right? You're always doing that. Oh no, this Tracer. And again, I wouldn't chase ball. Like, that's not really something I wouldn't worry about this. Like, protect your Ana right now. Protect your Ana. How does your Ana die? And she just gets clipped, and you're not there to help her. That's no good. So again, ball is out, but Tracer's still here. Fine, deal with the Tracer, then you can push. If you hit like give your Ana just a tiny bit of heal aura, then you're good to go aggress, because you'll have successfully dealt with both dive threats, and then it allows you to push forward. Woo-wee, that's not good. I do usually speed pull back. I'm just not doing it here. Okay, well, good. That needs to be more consistent then, because if that happened, that's been happening a lot. So definitely make sure that that's a priority for you more often. You thought your Ana is safe because she's with poor people? No, that's fair. That's fair. Okay. Let's see here. So, would have preferred to catch a little more heal aura on this Torbjorn here before you push. So we're just trying to clutch because we're down a couple. Okay. Yeah, if that creep was quick with the flash, yeah, that would have been sketch. You're on Brig again. Probably beat this. He should probably should have beat that. Probably should have beat that. Because it would have countered this ultimate and again allowed you guys to actually take space properly. Brig Lucio is just not a great heal support combo. I assume that you were trying to save beat for Grav, but you guys could play around Grav. Probably still going to lose this fight. Oh, you guys sustain. Wow. Again, not a huge fan of this right here, because I don't think that you guys have sustained from the previous push. So you see how you've sustained, you survived, okay? But you're still under pressure. I've still got critical tanks here, right? So let's look at your positioning and let's look at your team's positioning here. This is a little more of a priority that you match your team, right? Like right now that you still have the Tracer and Ball, worry about the Ball boops them out, or the, right? Boom. This needs to be dealt with before you push the point. It's not dealt with. Tracer goes in with bubble. That's not dealt with. Do you see that? Yeah, you guys are, I can tell you guys are super tilted. Because here's what happens is you leave your core too early to go in to make a play. But then you realize that, oh shoot, my core is dying to Ball Tracer, who I didn't clear out first. And so then you end up having to leave where you went to make a play to go deal with these guys. You see what I'm saying, Windfall? You need to do, like I want to pause for just a second, okay? Before you go for an aggression, the enemy team dive members, or people that you can deal with that are pressuring your core, need to be dealt with, and then you go for. So the concept here is that multiple times we have aggressed without properly peeling or dealing with the enemy Ball or Tracer. Once this Ball is countered and you've sped your Hog back to cover and or put some spam on this Tracer, right now is when you should be having your amp to go in hard. Right? You should be amping in hard. That Ball get booped off? I'm not sure. So like right now, we're all the way back here, when right now, we should be all the way in here. You see that? Here's what it is. Here's what it is. Here's what it is. If you do not take care of yourself, if let's say you get like 3 hours of sleep every night and you eat crap and you do a lot of drugs and a lot of stuff like that, you know, and you're lazy, you're not active at all, and you do that for years and years and years. By the time you're like 35, 40, for you to get healthy, you're gonna have to overcompensate to make up for the lack of support you gave your body early on, right? And it might not even be enough. You might still be in trouble, right? So again, this is where the ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, kind of like what we talked about with the BAP shooting earlier. If you are going aggressive before actually dealing with the enemy team, what's gonna happen is you're gonna have to go, oh shoot, my team's in trouble. You're gonna have to run all the way back, and then when everybody else is pushing in aggressively, you're not gonna be in an aggressive position. You see this here? You're behind your Zarya Hog because you had to go, you went aggressive too early, had to go all the way back, and then when everybody else in their 50s is, you know, laughing and playing tennis, you're sitting there like having knee surgery and doing remedial swimming classes. I want you to go aggressive, but it has to be at the right time. And until you do your homework, it's not proper Lucio play. Does that make sense? Now, this applies because you're playing against a composition that you have direct peel against. If this is a sniper composition, then all you need to worry about is aggressing on the enemy snipers when your tanks start taking space. I know, ironically, yeah. So you're very late to the fight here. And you never really do anything. You weren't in a position to do anything. You couldn't do anything. Because you set yourself up for failure. Your team never got the chance to actually have a Reddit Lucio because the Reddit Lucio is going in too far ahead of time while his teammates are dying, right? And then he goes back to help them, but then it's too late. The damage has been done. Like again, like right now, again. Well, actually, did you guys have the touch? Yeah, you guys have the touch. But you gotta see like how this play was doomed to fail, because like your team, first off, is about to be pressured by Ball Tracer, and the enemy team has nothing better to do other than stop a stupid Reddit Lucio. Yeah, I know you need the touch. I know. I got that. But the point, but you can kind of see there how like it's a perfect encapsulation of like the enemy team is just going to sit in their hands and shoot you because they got nothing else better to do. Meanwhile, their Ball Tracer's scuffing up your backline. So here's what I want you to do. Number one, you definitely need to practice on, let's list these up, okay? One, can be consistent with speeding your teammates back from spawn. If you normally do it, but you just weren't on it in this game, well, then that needs to, there's no excuse. There's no excuse. There are no off days for forgetting to speed your teammates back from spawn. It is automatic. It is as automatic as you remembering to click mouse 1 at enemies. It is automatic. Number two, I need you to be peeling / defensively like oriented, or like until like you deal in when there are enemy threats to deal with, and then aggressing afterwards. Right? Just like we saw where you were staying behind your Rein shield, you're staying behind your Rein shield, like playing like on the wall very carefully on first, right? Like look at this here, look at this here. Look at your play here. Cautious on the wall, cautious. Amp in, peel him off, boop her off the map. Wait, peeling, cautious, and then boom, right in here, right? Now you can argue that, oh, I could have stayed for Monkey here, but you gave your team pressure and defensive peel until the very last second that you went in for a play, right? Can you imagine if you went in to dive with that Monkey, dive that Widow now, right? Without actually helping your Rein, without actually helping your Ana, that would be no good. The last thing that I would say is work on not dropping off the walls when you're going for these boops. Try and work on maintaining, like hug the wall. No drop, no failure mid boop. So a couple of little things that I think are gonna add up. Like your goal with Lucio is every single time you queue into ranked, every single time you see the enemy composition, you look at yours, you say, okay, what do I bring to the table here? How do you train that? Which one? Just practice. Just practice. And what I would do, practice, and then we need to self-review as well. You need to be made aware of when and where it's happening. So when you're in queue, go back over the replay, and you're gonna look around for, okay, let's see, am I going for a boop here? Where am I? Okay, there's the beat. Am I on the wall? Okay, I'm on the wall now. Boop, 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 I'm on the wall. Okay, was I well positioned for this boop? Yeah, I think this was okay, good. All right, let's see the next boop. Okay, it looks like I was on the wall there. I just missed the boop. And you do that. You just go in, you don't worry about it, you don't overthink it. I wouldn't even think about it in a ranked game as much. So much as just practice Lucio, play more Lucio, and then afterwards, go back and look at every single little boop that you go for. Okay, we're going in here. Okay, I'm on the, okay, this, oh, see, even right there, even right here, like look at how you mess this up. You speed and you don't catch the wall. You're focused very much on shooting here and you don't catch the wall. And you end up catching it really late. You see that? So even here, it's not great. So keep practicing, don't worry about it. This will come with time, this will improve with time, but you definitely need to, like, you need to go back and catch yourself doing it a couple times. Trust your instincts, trust your mind to adjust and figure it out on its own. Because here's the thing. You're aware of the issue. You know how to wall ride. And you know how to shoot. So you don't need to try to do it better. It will just happen. All you need to do is to give yourself impartial, non-critical feedback. In other words, don't yell at yourself or get mad at each other. So just like, oh, messed up there, gotta fix that. Oh, messed up there, gotta fix that. Right? Generally, when we're coaching, when I'm giving you something to think about or focus on, it's usually something that doesn't come intuitively. For example, if I'm coaching Tracer, I'm not going to coach Tracer necessarily on something that she kind of already knows, just needs to practice more. I might coach Tracer on how to think about positioning because she needs to learn how to play the hero. She doesn't know how to do it, right? And I can't demonstrate it to her, so she doesn't know what to copy. So I show, this is what I want you to do, now go and do that. For you, you know how to wall ride, you know how to shoot. You don't have to think more about wall riding or shooting. You just need to go, okay, I didn't do it properly, and then go back and replay it multiple times. How do you self-review and be impartial? I mean, I don't know. There's no like trick to it. If you're self-reviewing, you're looking for something to improve upon. You're going to find mistakes. You will find mistakes of any rank, of any type. So, like, if like why on earth? Like, I mean, I know it's just like a forehead kind of an answer, but like, why on earth would you be critical in self-review? The game's over. The map's over. You're looking for errors so that you can improve. You want to find errors. So when you find them, why would you go, oh no, I suck? Well, you go, oh, thank goodness. I knew there's something I could improve on. I mean, it's more concerning when you self-review and you don't find any errors, right? That's a bigger problem. So every time you self-review and you find errors, you're like, ah, thank goodness. Okay, great. So there is a lot more I can improve on. Great. And there's your motivation, right? Your motivation, because it's a goal for you to improve on next game, but it's also a psychological salve because you know that, hey, you know what? I can climb. I have an opportunity to climb, right? What's scary is when you look at a game like, I don't know what I could have done better and I still lost. There's a feeling of helplessness, right? We want to remove the feeling of helplessness by saying, okay, I can absolutely change the outcome of a game, guys. Sick. So Windfall, do you have any questions? So for you to think about is taxiing your teammates from spawn, and for thinking about enemy composition in terms of peeling, and then when you can go aggressive. That's something to actively think about, right? Use your brain for that, right? You're actively thinking. Something to not think about and just see if you get better at it and track your progress is your wall rides when you're going for shots or boops. Right. Do you have any questions, Windfall? Are you clear of what to work on? If not, you don't have to lie. If you have second, we can figure it out. Isn't it good to know your own reason behind a play? Of course. GM. Chat, we're trying to keep the exclamation mark VOD command updated and in the bottom left as well. I know it's not very obvious, but down here I try to update that, although I sometimes forget. So. Do you have any questions? What do you think of the Genji patch? Faster fire rate and 15% more ult cost? I mean, I think it's a step in the right direction. Genji's an anomaly for me. He's not... Nanoblade is a little frustrating to play against. It's not exactly fun. But outside of that, he's not a great hero. So it's a very tricky thing to balance. How to make sure if I did my homework and then go for a play? Well, you look at the enemy composition and you say, hey, what do I need? What needs to be dealt with? Is there a Tracer? Is there a Sombra? Is there a Monkey? Is there a Ball? And if you can keep tabs on those heroes or that hero or whatever hero, you don't even have to do all of them, just one or two. Like maybe you, because like what you said on Ilios Lighthouse, you're like, hey, I dealt with the Ball, right? There's just a Tracer and my Ana has 2 health packs. Like I shouldn't need to worry about just Tracer. Sure. You just proved to me that you can think about it and that you know when your homework is done. You just proved that you can do that. So do that. Continue to do that. How do I know when you're free to go? I mean, you tell me. Could be recall. Could be they're low in HP and disengaging. Could be they've burned a bunch of blinks. Could be you force Sombra Translocator. Monkey doesn't have bubble. A lot of different things, right? And you know all of them. You know all of them. There's nothing new information that needs to be processed here. You just need to be consciously reading the battlefield before you go. Build it into an instinct of where, okay, I just know Ball's not going to die if I just know it, or I just know, like, you don't even have to think about it, you know about it, but you got to think to get there, right? You have to have the knowledge to get there. You have to have the practice to get there. And then when you get there, then you no longer think. You just go. Exactly, Dark Moon. If I have no blinks, or if I have no recall, and there's a freaking Torbjorn turret on the field, I'm not gonna go in aggressive. And if I do, then I should get punished for it. So as a Lucio, you think about that and you're like, okay, I see recall, I can probably play more aggressive here. And that's something that you need to, again, you can self-review that. Do you have any questions? Again, are you clear about what you need to work on? Okay, gonna keep the rest of the Q&A? Okay, are you clear about what you need to work on though? Again, Taxi from spawn, deciding when to play defensive versus when to aggress. That's the simplest way I can describe it. And then the last little thing was like, keep an eye on your wall riding when you're engaging. Sure. Okay, we'll stop there. Next VOD. Pachimari music. This update's weird, not gonna lie. It's kind of a meme. Incom. How do I pronounce your name? You got a VOD review a while back. You just now cashed it in, so this is Diamond, I think. And I'm trying to think what... Incomplete.
Now entering the temporary
Incomplete. Gotcha. It's funny because incomplete. Is that the what map is it? I can't. Is it Blizzard World? Because I opened it earlier in replay viewer and I don't remember which one it is. And the MGs, thanks for the sub. Wait, your name looks familiar. Where do I know your name? Where do I know your name? Oh, no, it's Dorado. It's Dorado.
Traveling to Dorado, ready for battle.
Well, I know it's my chat. Okay, so you're just a long time viewer then. All right, Dorado. All right, chat. Let's do some Zen, boys. Let's get our fancy dancy thing going on here. Let's GM and then bottom left. Look at that, Diamond Zen. It's also the backing band for Booker T. Ah, okay. Booker T and the MGs. Oh yeah. So you one-tricked Moira to low GM, dropped a Platish learning to flex. Well, good on you. Good on you. Good luck. OESP City. You learn Mouse plus KB. All right, there you go. Well, good choice. Zen is a great hero. He's a hero that grows on you the more you play it because he's got profound simplicity. The more you play him, the more you're gonna be like, yo, Harmony, Discord, those things are kind of tricky to use, and like mechanics and obviously keeping yourself alive and positioning with Zen is brutal, man. Brutal. So welcome. Let's get right into it. So what is Zenyatta's role? Because Lucio, basically, here's the thing: is we describe heroes as having like a scale of simplicity and complexity in terms of their role. Lucio, very, very complex, understanding when to go in, when to go out, how to use your cooldowns. A lot of little things about Lucio. And you look at Zenyatta, and I see somebody who's very, very basic, very simple. Not a lot to him. We'll talk about it in a second, but like ultimately Zenyatta's role is very basic. Now the reason why you can say that both of them are on the same skill ceiling is that Lucio has a very complex skill ceiling, but he doesn't get punished. In other words, he doesn't get as much value out of it. It's not as crucial to his kit to min-max every little tiny detail. You'll see like a lot of like, okay, maybe you shouldn't have been speed song there, or maybe you could have positioned a little better here. With Zenyatta, it's incredibly important that you get all the basics, not just right, but consistently right over and over again. Not to mention his mechanics, hitting shots, hitting good shots are a fundamental bread and butter aspect of his kit. So Zenyatta is DPS, need to put out consistent pressure and angles, cover 100% of the time, Discord tanks, heal, armor, flanker. Okay, so basically the goal is with Zenyatta, and I'm gonna make this even easier with you, is to number one, cover, corner. I'm gonna type this out just so you can see it. I'm sorry, general chat. Number two, Harmony, Discord, aggression. And number three is your basic like fire. I'm trying to think of this like this. Fire control. Just put it that way. In other words, whether are you right clicking or are you left clicking? And that's like 90%, 95% of Zenyatta right there. Right there. Now you have to incorporate trance, you have to incorporate target priority, you have to incorporate the mechanic aspect was kind of built into that, but those are the big ones. Cover, corner, we already talked about. Now, in Harmony, Discord, aggression, if you haven't seen the Plat Zenyatta or Gold Zenyatta review that I did on YouTube, basically it's you're not just harmonying, arbitrarily. You don't go, okay, this guy's a good Harmony orb, I'm gonna harmony him. You're gonna harmony whoever in your team is doing something very similar, in fact, exactly like Mercy damage boost. You guys remember my Mercy VOD reviews? You pocket who's doing crap. Now, usually, whoever is doing crap, you're going to pocket people who are doing crap and who are squishy and who are aggressive, right? But you're going to be pocketing, harmonying friendlies who are doing crap and discording enemies who are doing crap, right? Okay? So don't just say, I discord tanks. If their Ryan is very passive, their ball is very passive, but the Pharah is very aggressive, you discord Pharah. If your team can't see BAP, don't discord BAP. But if they can see Mercy, discord Mercy. You orb aggression. Your team's aggression needs to be harmonied. The enemy team's aggression needs to be discorded. Now, the reason why generally you end up discording enemies is because generally the tanks are usually the most aggressive, right? Now, here's the thing, though. You said harmonying armor. Now, I've already went over this topic before in the Gold Zenyatta review, so I'm not going to hammer over it again. But generally, why do I not recommending harmony orb on tanks? Listen to me very carefully. If mobile or aggressive DPS, why do I not recommend harmony orbing tanks? Why? If you do not have an aggressive or mobile DPS, why do I not recommend Harmony tanks? Why? Percentage of HP. What else? Main support already healing them, right? DPS already taking angles, generally not your tanks. Yes. 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 You may not have time to swap to support them. Yes. The return on investment of 30 healing is much larger on a squishy hero if they are taking consistent threat. In other words, if your soldier is just not taking any damage, the Ashe is just not taking any damage, he's not under any threat at all, Harmony an Ashe does nothing. Just because she's 200 HP does nothing. I would rather Harmony a Reinhardt swinging than an Ashe standing AFK a million miles away. But if my Ashe or soldier or Zarya or whatever is taking some form of aggression, then the 30 HPS has a much higher return on investment. And like we said, you don't even have to react and heal them. They're already healed. And that allows your Mercy to focus on just healing Rein when necessary and then damage boosting Ashe other times. Now you could look at this heal setup here and be like, hey, Mercy, I'm going to Harmony Orb our Rein as much as I can, and I want you damage boosting Ashe as much as you can. I will just keep Harmony Orb on Rein, and Rein's just going to have to deal with it. In that instance, you're being inefficient at your Harmony Orb, so your Mercy can be very efficient with her damage boost. In that instance, if that's something you're communicating with a Mercy specific pocket, then absolutely go for it. This might be something that you do with a Briggs Zen combo as well, where you're going to Zen Orb a tank and let your Briggs save armor procs for DPS. Totally fine. But it's something you have to consciously do, and it's only something that's relevant with very few support duos, because if you're playing Bap, Moira, Ana, Lucio to an extent as well, they've got nothing else better to do than heal. They can damage and heal basically simultaneously with very little trade-off, and they're good at healing, so they don't want you to Harmony Orb Rein. So Mercy is definitely a tricky one with the Rein. Mercy's a tricky one with the Rein. So we're looking at your positioning, we're looking at your fire control, whether you're right-clicking or left-clicking. Left-click does more damage. Right-click offers the opportunity to do damage behind cover, essentially, because you can do damage behind cover by charging up at a burst of damage when you're not behind cover. But yeah, okay. So let's look at it. The enemy team has a ball. That's something you need to be aware of. That's the main thing that you need to be aware of, though. Okay. Would have liked you to charge a right-click there. Did you have a right-click charge? You didn't. I mean, it's not a big deal. People are generally pretty smart about that position here. No Harmony Orb up. That kind of hurts. So again, like we look at Harmony Orb. Remember when we just went over the BAP review and we're like, you want to keep them on the back foot. You want to keep the enemy in the back foot. You don't want to reactively start doing value or start putting pressure. If you are Harmony Orbing after your team has already started taking damage, well then your Reinhardt has already dropped below his armor threshold almost. Like he's already dropping damage, and so it's gonna, your team is kind of already in the back foot. Get your Harmony up ASAP. ASAP. So this is when we talk about aggression. So I don't know if this is an awareness problem or not, but you have to think about it this way. Think about it this way, chat. It's very easy as Zenyatta to throw your orb, both of your orbs on whoever, and just kind of leave them there and think, I'm providing value. And that simultaneously, it's very easy for you to just kind of throw shots at the enemy team's direction and be like, hey, there's a red shield, there's a red clump over there. I'm just gonna throw shots down there. And you're like, hey, high APM, high Discord uptime, high Harmony uptime. I'm putting a lot of spam on shields. I'm putting a decent amount of spam on tanks that happen to be hiding behind a corner and aren't really doing anything. But in all actuality, what's winning this fight right now? What's winning this fight? Is this really important right now? Now, you're really good at shield break, and you could absolutely make this choke like a murder, hole, you know? Like, this is rough if you spam through here. But yeah, it's Pharah. This is how you win, or this is how you lose this fight. If you Discord this Pharah, when she aggresses here, if you're even anticipating this, now you turn your head at an unlucky time, but you can hear this. This is how you lose this fight. Now, again, you were distracted. You got hit by a fire strike. You know, I don't even know if like you're gonna be able to if you're gonna be able to respond to this in time before your Pharah dies or before your soldier dies. But this is concerning. This right here is very concerning. This is concerning. You don't give a rip about what's happening on choke. This is just smoke and mirrors, right? Setting apart the real trick, which is this baloney right here. This Pharah literally walks into you on double hit scan. Now this is mostly your Ashe's fault. Your Ashe should not have died here. Like your Ashe feeds, right? Your Ashe feeds, and maybe your Mercy should have kept her pocket. I'm not really sure. Okay. Excuse me. But this is something that you could have contributed to make easier, and it's a red flag for sure. Because even if you're like, oh, I didn't get a chance to do this fight, there's nothing I could have done. Well, I'm concerned that you didn't even respond. That's really concerning. Congratulations, you farmed up 80% trance and contributed nothing. Okay, so I had to adjust to the Pharah. Well, here's the thing, Incomplete. Do I recommend Atmos? I don't give a rip. I honestly don't know. I'm not the guy to ask. I would definitely do your own research on that. The thing is we need to do a better job anticipating this. Okay? Pharah cannot stand AFK at choke here and go and expect to win. She has to make a play. You need to anticipate that. Ball cannot stand here and AFK spam down choke. He's gonna have to make a play. You need to anticipate that. Chat, anticipate over react. Do not react to the Pharah coming after you. Anticipate it. You know what's coming because it's the only way they're gonna break this choke. It's the way the hero is designed to be played. Go high ground. Why would you go high ground, chat? When you go high ground, you fundamentally have a worse sightline on Rein Shield. It is harder to discord the enemy Rein. It is harder to spam the enemy Rein. It is harder to put out constant and consistent spam pressure because you have no shield of your own. But why do you still go high ground? Your positioning last fight was fine. Your positioning was not the problem. Your attention was the problem. Your positioning was fine. Pharah, you do not care about this stupid idiot here. This is how you lose the fight. Now, if they're playing stacked as 6, then we can talk. Then we can talk about you blowing up Rein. But right now, this is how you lose a fight. You need to make Pharah sweat. Harmony and Zarya is probably fine. Harmony and Rein, again, we talked about Harmony and Rein as being maybe more acceptable because, you know, when you open up your Mercy to damage boost more. So let's see. I'm really concerned about Pharah. Just trance it. If you really need to, just trance it. Like, I know people are gonna be like, "What, trance?" Just trance it. Win the fight. Trance it. But I'm very concerned about your positioning here. This is where obviously you're like, well, I don't want to go high ground by myself. Okay, maybe I would at least start high ground and then you could drop if necessary and ask this guy to go with you. This guy's feeding. This guy must go high ground. Ask for help. Ask for help, chat. Ask for help. And if nobody follows up and you're by yourself, fine, you can give it up. But ask for help. Does that make sense? Should I target Pharah or Mercy? Probably. Well, you tell me. You tell me. Why are you going on high ground? Why, or let's put it this way. Why are you shooting the pharmacy? What is the purpose? What's the purpose of you shooting these guys? Take space or to hold space, right? To stop them from killing you. So, do you discord Pharah or do you discord Mercy? Pharah because I wanted to leave, and Mercy follows. Probably Pharah. Yeah, I probably would go Pharah because that's the person that's taking space on me. This is the person that hurts. Put her away. Now you could argue, oh, I Discord Mercy because if I make Mercy leave, well, Pharah was going to have to leave too, and that's to an extent true. So I'm not really concerned about whether you Discord Pharah or Mercy. Don't overthink it. It really doesn't matter. But the goal is that these guys cannot stay because looking at your positioning now, like honestly, you guys should just lose this fight already. Like this fight is already lost. Like ignoring your Ashe being dead. Like what is this? Like how are you supposed to deal with a pharmacy like this? Like what? Like how on earth are you supposed to deal with that? Your Mercy somehow drops to 1 HP. Do you see it? Do you see it? I was baffled how you guys won this. I was completely baffled how on earth you guys had this positioning and you guys won. But do you see it? Look, no, not even respawn. He runs back to spawn and goes up the stairs. Wow. Well, there you go. There you go. This is how you win this fight. Right here, right now. There you go. That's how you win this fight. Some nice tracking too. You stop, and by the way, this is not an argument about arbitrarily high ground is OP. That's not the catchphrase of this VOD. The catchphrase of this VOD is that the stuff over here, the stuff over there, up here, and back there, that's what wins the fights, not down the gullet. And a lot of Zens just, and that's how you lose. And if you do that with Harmony, and you do that with Discord, and you do that with your shots, that's how you lose. Stop farming. Farming gold damages Zenyatta because you're just right-clicking down chokes when there's other things to shoot is bad. Now, if the enemy team is all like, there's nothing better to shoot, yeah, go for it, man. You got nothing else better to do. Go get that right-click, man. Farm those medals. Pressure that shield. But if there's another option, there's a Sombra backline, there's a ball in your flank, there's a McCree, like that is priority number one. Would you go high ground all instances? No, not necessarily. So this isn't about high ground. This is about the understanding the concept of controlling the field of Zenyatta and making the decision. If you and Zenyatta, what the heck, whoops. If you are in spawn right now, and you know that pharmacy's out and she's pushing, you will then make the proper decision right now. You don't even need to know anything about high ground to know, okay, that Pharah's on high ground. Well, I need to get her off of this high ground. I know that we lose to this pharmacy, so where can I go to hurt her? You're like, okay, well, I go high ground here. High ground at every point, not always the play. But you're not going to get a sightline of this Pharah unless you go to high ground. So what I want you to do is I want you to think about things this way and see where it takes you. Just see where it takes you. See how you position with this mindset. You're gonna make a lot of errors, but just see if you can figure it out. See where it takes you. See where, when you understand the concept, then all the little nitty-gritty details about where to position on this map and who do I Discord and who do I Harmony, that most of that will fall into place. And if it doesn't fall into place immediately, it will fall into place eventually. Set yourself up for success, and eventually you'll make good decisions. It's like, I don't know anything about sports training, but I know a lot about esports training, and I know a lot about sports. So I probably could get into sports training and probably figure out a pretty good regimen as a coach, as a sports coach, because I understand the base concepts of like how humans learn and somewhat. Sorry, that sounded really egotistical. Like I have a decent understanding of it, and I can apply it elsewhere. Leadership principles, right? I mean, gee, like if only there was a way for us to avoid that. Right now, who's priority? Who's priority right now? Who's priority right now with Harmony, Discord, and shots? Who's priority? Give me 1 second, I gotta feed my cat. Eat! Come. So the goal is, where are we going to lose this fight if it doesn't get support? Where is the priority for me to support with shots, with Harmony, with Discord, etc.? And if you can answer that question, not only will you, you know, position yourself better, but you'll hit the shots that matter. You'll walk away with, hey, I don't even have bronze damage, man. Rip me. But you'll win the fight. You'll win the fight. Yep, Ball. You're going to lose this fight to Ball. If Ball duels your Ashe successfully, I think that's your Ashe, yeah, then you have a very high chance of losing this fight. Because your Ashe is dead, right? Which is completely avoidable. In addition, your Ashe is dead. The Ball has high ground, which means he can now contest your Soldier and make him drop 2, or make him run away. If Soldier has to run away, then this Torbjorn is not going to die. And this Reinhardt will not die. Soldier runs away, your Torbjorn does. Then he's going to get healed, and then he's going to threaten you. And because he's coming from high ground, you're not going to be able to even see him very well. So he's going to roll in and slam you and maybe kill you. And your Zarya is going to die anyway, because everything crumbled around her. So let's see what we do. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He was unsuccessful. Why was he unsuccessful? Oh, he just rolls right through. Okay, so he's just chilling. Good. Brilliant. I mean, you got nothing else better to do there, but brilliant. And now what can we do? Who can we Harmony Orb, chat? And who can we push? Again, I'm not going to wait for a long time. We're just going to go right into it. But yeah, you help Ashe. Ball's dead. Now you can Harmony your Soldier or your Zarya. And you go... Now, obviously, you'd Harmony your Soldier here, but like you could theoretically Harmony your Zarya here and just run it down main. Because what else you got to worry about now? There you go. Easy peasy. Go spam that Rein Shield. Bingo. Harmony your Rein if you want to. I don't care. Uh-oh. There's the Pharah. And again, this is where all of the... So my point is that everything that we've done here would have been easier to accomplish on high ground, right? Now you have to find some balance with like how far you position, because if they're enemies on Widow and they've got a nice long sightline here, you have to position her on short sightline. So maybe you can't go high ground. So you're like, oh crud, I can't go high ground. I have to play like here, you know? But the idea is still the same. You try and get the most open sightline that you can to control space that respects the Widow, right? And that's the tricky part. It's when they pick things like Widow and Tracer, that's when it gets sweaty. I don't know about this trance. What's my problem with this trance, chat? Not problem. That's not fair. But why do I think this trance is not necessary? Trancing mines is fine. But what's the issue?
Experience tranquility.
The mine's bad. Yeah, the mine is bad because look at the enemy team. This is why it's bad. And you should know that because you just peeked down main. Look. See? There's no follow-up. There's no follow-up. Uh-oh. Hey, look what we lost to. Whee! We're on the floor again. And looky there. Bingo. Oh, huge. And again, do you see how you guys are winning and losing this fight? You guys lost the fight to a flank, and then you win the fight in the flank. Oh. Get out, run, Ashe, run. But yeah, if you survive this ball engagement and this ball dies, you're going to recontest easily. So let's see what happens. There you go, easy recontest. Do you see this, chat? It's like poetry. There's really no reason for you not to be on high ground here, by the way. Like, you look at this here and you're like, you know, I don't know if I want to be in high ground here. Your sightlines are about the same, but it makes it easier for you to anticipate far engages. There's no McCree, there's no Ashe, there's no Widow, there's no Hanzo, there's no real long-range threat here. So there's no real reason for you not to be playing like the longest sightline and just spamming down main and again, controlling the battlefield. Control the battlefield, right? Because right now, there's nothing really for you to shoot. Totally fine. But like, again, what if we have another Pharah crap here? What if we have, Pharah takes an angle and starts pressuring high ground here, right? You want to have a nice, safe, easy sightline onto all that and not worry about can I Harmony or my Ashe or not. Would you suggest playing back high ground or close high ground here? Probably where the card is, I'd probably play back high ground because the fight's more likely to happen here. But yeah, it would depend. So I would already be going high ground right now. Go, 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 go. It's good that we're supporting our soldier, but I just wish we were high ground. Yeah, you guys are overextending a little bit. But the funny thing is because you supported your soldier, this fight is now still winnable. Do you hear me? You guys literally traded 6 or essentially 4 for 1, but this fight is still winnable because you still hold the good position. See, you're about to go high ground here. You're about to give this Torb a headache, and your soldier still has high ground because you supported him. So this fight is still winnable. This fight you won back? Oh boy. Hey, Amari. Was your rotation horrible? Oh, let's look at it again. Great support on your soldier. I mean, no. Your main mistake here is like, if we're going coaching micro here, is why aren't you charging a right click right here? You anticipate enemies to be visible here, so you should be charging a right click, right? Any downtime, you're charging a right click. Any downtime at all, constantly, right? Always going into the fight with right click available. And then what I like to do is if I don't see enemies after 2 right clicks, I reload. 2 right clicks, reload. 2 right clicks, reload. But like right now, you're just kind of like walking out. You should throw a right click at this Torb's head, scare the poop out of him, then throw a Harmony on your soldier, right?
I'm a man on a mission. Stay out of my way.
Yeah, you need to drop a little faster there. But okay, unfortunate. But yeah, your team definitely entered. But you can't help that. Don't worry about it. Okay, get off the floor, please. Get off the floor, get off the floor. I mean, you don't have time now. This is why it's so important for you to have urgency with your positioning, because by the time, sometimes it's too late, right? It's too late. Like right now, it's too late to avoid Torbolt. It's too late to avoid Ball Slam. It's too late to not be on high ground, right? You can't rotate now, you have to help the fight. It's too late. So you're like caught in this awful, awful situation that I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy, where you're like, I don't know whether I should move or not. I'm in a bad position. I don't know what to do. Should I push? Should I stay? Should I try and rotate? But maybe by the time I get to the high ground, the fight's already over. Like, it's a terrible, terrible feeling. Good trans that. Transfer your Ryan, though. Transfer your Ryan. Please transfer your Ryan. Please. Get off the get. Nice. Good positioning there. Questionable. Nice. Okay, good. Again, no snipers here need to worry about, so you can just kind of just chunk right clicks down here. So here's my nitpick here. Here's my nitpick. My nitpick is this. You couldn't get your tanks to high ground? Well, the thing with the high ground is like, it doesn't require your entire team to follow up on it for it to be good. If your tanks refuse to go high ground, fine. Doesn't matter. It's annoying, but it doesn't matter. You see the value you're getting here? Even if you don't hit a single shot, this gives you the opportunity to land a Discord on this very crucial target, for you to have scouting on this very crucial target, and that's value right there, right? So my nitpick here is that I probably would have played here, scouted their Pharah going high ground, so I would not have been caught in this awkward rotation here. You would optimally like to scout them going up, then rotate to here, and throw this, and then that Pharah is in serious trouble. And they have to chase you all the way down to here to get you. You know, only if you take 2 direct rockets, which would be sloppy in your end. And then you can rotate, okay, even if they do push you, then you can rotate to here. You see that? And at any point in time, this pharmacy has to think, oh, this Zen might just come right up again and one-shot me, right? And then where do you, from here, you got another rotate available to you. Lots of rotates. But yeah, you get caught out here. You need to hustle. Nice. You lose the fight to the Torb, so kill the Torb. Nice. Very good. They can't win this fight. They can't. You contested their high ground. You contested their flank. They can't win. It's over. Posture check, thank you. Potty putter 01. 001, sorry. Oh, your Zarya is alive. But yeah, you and your soldier are going to be rough for that pharmacy to play around up here. Instantly Discord, keep Harmony on your... You know, this is where you Harmony your soldier. I don't care if he has heal station or not. You would like him to not have to use heal station until he absolutely needs to. I would push up here a little bit. So this is again where like your team is pushing up the choke and you and your soldier are a little bit too snooty. I want you being responsible. Hydrate, thank you. To push up. Oh, I need more water. Hang on, let me talk. So this is where you absolutely should push up to assist your team. Because here's the thing. Even more important than, okay, here's it. Even more important than good positioning is taking a fight as 6. And if it looks like your team is like stuck on positioning up there, but it's no longer a question of, hey, I need to, you know, I've got a perfect angle here. It's also, am I going to even do anything in the team fight? Right? And looking at this here, that's what's concerning me more. That's what's concerning me more right now, is that are you going to even do anything in the team fight? And now this is like the first point one, you were actively like rotating or helping somebody out, yada, yada, yada. This one, you're not really doing anything. So sorry, I have a message I have to write too. So you don't really have anything better to do. So you need to be doing this. Well, Income, I was basically, I want you to do this right here. All right, here's what I want you to do. This right here, right? Set up your little crossfire here. Think about this. Think about what you do from this position. You see that? That ball does not run rampant if you're there. And now y'all need to back out. So take fights to 6, please. Hide, hide, hide. You could have taken a couple more shots. Attaboy. 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 That's the way, that's what we do. Okay, so let's analyze this. Yeah, so you fail to push up. Stay here, hide. First off, charge a right click for crying out loud. It's almost impossible to hear you charging a right click behind a wall at this distance, but certainly if you're gonna peek out here, please charge a right click. You panic trance a little early. You could have easily done this half a second later and gotten at least another 3 or 4 more shots in, right? Now this I like. Now, I'm not, you have to, okay, so let me be very clear about this. There's a very fine line between clutching and throwing here. First off, my main concern is that you guys don't really have any ultimates to recontest with, at least not a great ult bank. So you're buying a little bit of time for your team here to survive by doing this, so I'm okay with it. But be very careful about this, chat. Like, be very careful. If you're gonna end on a flank, if you're gonna end trance aggressively, number 1, make sure that, do you need to, first off, do you need to clutch? Number 2, end it on a flank or an angle, not on main. So if you would end your trance here, I would flame the crap out of you. If you end your trance here, I would flame the crap out of you. You would either end your trance here, here, or here. That's it. Long angle. Because the idea is that this, can they kill you as Zen here? Absolutely. But you're going to make it very expensive. You're going to make them take time and run and chase you. And look at like ultimately what happens. They do turn on you. And what does the Mercy do? She stands out in the open trying to kill you. You see that? So because they chase you, they die. That's the kind of position that you want to end your trance in if you're going to do it aggressively like this. You see how he baited them to rotate after him? Not all of them, but a couple of them turn around and back off, and that's just what his team needed. Same thing as Baby Diva, by the way. If you guys are in a situation with Baby Diva and you can't get back to your team, play really, really, really greedy. Like bait them on an angle. Like play like Baby Diva like here. And be like, you know, just be obnoxious. Right? Diamond. Cat. We go a little more.
Round 1 complete. Ready for battle. Ready for battle.
Baby Masters.
Attackers incoming. Escort the payload.
See, this is where I have a bone to pick with your Harmony Orb usage. Because I don't like the, like, I understand, like, right now, nobody on your team is really aggressing right now, so there's no real reason for you to have it on a flank or an angle or whatever. But why would you default it to your Zarya out of spawn, right? I'm more concerned about your soldier getting 2-tapped by something, or your McCree getting 2-tapped by something, in which case Harmony Orb might actually help a little bit. This is my bone to pick with your Harmony Orb. You want on Monkey? Yeah. So like maybe on Monkey so that the chip damage isn't like overwhelming. But like right now it's like Zarya's not doing anything. Like I'd be more concerned about like my DPS getting chunked accidentally, and you're not. You know, that's where the 30 HPS like actually matters. So like right now the Zarya there's no argument for the Zarya. She's not aggressive and she's not, you know, she's not squishy. So Zarya is just not the play here. Like Kreese would have been way better to start there. Harmony on Monkey is fine because you don't want your Mercy flying to your Monkey, and also he is very mobile, right? So like Monkey regardless is somebody who's good to keep Harmony Orb on because he's mobile, which means it's harder for your other support to heal him. And he's often very aggressive, so he kind of chicks 2 of the boxes, right? Chicks. He chicks 2 of the boxes. By the way, chat, I know we're trying to look for a Discord for our Monkey dive, but who would you think, if we could Discord him, who would be the optimal Discord here? Yeah, this needs to be Discording. Yep. Yeah, because this is what matters. This is what kills your team. Because it's not just what kills your team. This is also what's gonna, if you don't Discord it, he's gonna bait way too much attention, slow down your DPS a ton, and then your Monkey ends up dying anyway. Because like you're like, oh, I could Discord Ryan. Yeah, but like you're not gonna kill him. not now, you know. So like the Discord might put out a little extra pressure, but it's not gonna be really pressure that matters. This is the pressure that matters right now. Like you can Harmony Monkey, like that's fine. You know, normally we orb aggression, right? So like I would be like, oh, if you had a Genji up here, I'd probably Harmony Orb my Genji on the Torb. But right now it's like, nobody in your team, maybe your Kree. So Harmony Orb and this is fine, but definitely Discord the flank. You know what I'm saying? Definitely Discord that flank. You think about you going upstairs? Yeah. Just let's make sure that your team knows. I wouldn't risk it here because it's gonna take too much time. I honestly think your positioning here might be a little passive as well, because I'm like, you're a little far away. And also you don't have really great LOS on this here either. So I'd probably move from here to here. I think this here is okay, like when you're like, it's like kind of sketch for a little bit, but then as they back off, I would probably rotate to here, because then you can contest this a lot easier. And do you actually end up dying to this? Do you end up dying to this? Not really, no. But yeah, I would definitely contest this. So again, the positioning is like dictated about like what you can see, because you know what matters, right? You know this matters, so you need to pressure that. So you need to think about what position can I do to pressure that still has corner cover and still has some distance, right? Do you see how like knowing the basics of Overwatch allow you to make good decisions about positioning? You could have rotated it up, yeah, you could have. But you see what I'm saying? Like, you understand the concept, so now you can like actually make good decisions about that. But yeah, I would not default to rotating up just as a default. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I'm a little. It might be good. It might be bad. I don't know. I would have to think about it more. I mean, you guys are just being stupid. Like I don't get it. I don't know. I don't know. Like, Dorado first is so brutal, man. This is where though you're gonna really like have a hard time as Zenyatta feeling like you're contributing anything until you get to like this position here, this position, or this position here. Like you don't really have an option. Like you as Zen just don't do anything here. Like yeah, nobody really does anything here, but it's like especially here with any sort of spam or sightlines, just doesn't do squat here. So what I would do here is like ASAP, like you said, if you can get to this rotation, sure. If you can do this rotation, also sure. Your monkey's not doing you any favors though. Like he's just like going in. But you're just like, you're just not going to do anything. And again, this is where you can ask like, hey, can somebody help me? Like I want to go top left and look at your Kree. Go with your Kree, help your Kree. Like I know, again, it's like, oh, but APM, like I could be getting more spam damage on here, but it's not going to matter. Like again, like it's what we talked about early on in the game. It just doesn't matter. Spam this way in the choke doesn't matter as much. Attack, it matters even less because they have easy cover to hide behind. Hey, kitty. Kitty wants to sit in the lap. So it's like, you go from being like not super useful spamming down a choke to being completely worthless spamming down a choke. So like, yeah, you're just not. The real thing that matters is if your McCree gets safely on the flank and is able to get some good pressure off, and he will create more space than 10,000 Reinhardts on the choke, right? And you'll be able to help him do that, and you'll also get better sightlines for yourself. I get what you guys are trying to do with the TP, like that is just sheer luck. This will happen you might get a pick like that once every 2 or 3 minutes. You know? And meanwhile, you're losing to every single team fight between. It's a good shot, but like, again, this is what matters. You will win or lose this fight off of this, and you need to be there to help that. Because again, that's where Harmony and Discord are really strong. Harmony, like, look at the Rein. Look what the Rein is doing. You need to win this. And he ends up abandoning the flank. I'm not sure if he just gets like, feels like he has to do something, or like, honestly, that was just kind of a feed for your McCree. But like, you guys desperately need to win that fight, and you guys don't even get out of the choke. Look at your Kree. My boy's trying. Another RNG kill that like is not even really RNG. Like as you climb into Masters, those kills are gonna get rarer and rarer as well. You guys are just ult dumping in here. And they scuff up their ults. So that was just really, really poor from you. Kitty cam? Sure, really quick. I have to go soon, by the way, chat. Like 15 minutes, so. Hey! Hi! This is what she does when she gets lonely. She gets, there's the headbutt. She'll butt her head in, like bury it in until I pet her. Hi! Hey! Hey! Yeah, there you go. Alrighty. She butts her head into my arm over and over again until if I stop petting her for like half a second. We've had her since she was a little baby kitten. Like, she was way too young. She got separated from her mother or whatever. She was like 5, she's like 6 weeks old or something like that. So we try and get like kittens and like try and bond with them. And she's a good girl. I mean, I guess you just push cart here. I'd really like you to push up if you can. You have 2 people in cart. I prefer your Symmetra pushing cart and you pushing up because you can actually help from range. Symmetra doesn't do jack diddly. Holy cow, does your Zarya survive? Please die to turret. Oh, I wanted you to die to turret. Hi, kitty. Come here. Is this 0.75 or... Okay, it's not. Okay, this is where it gets a little rough. So positioning wise here, like this is just Dorado's second. Dorado's second attack is rough. So what you could do is you can do a couple things. You can play underneath high ground. You're like, okay, I can't control that angle, so I'm gonna avoid it entirely by playing kind of where your McCree is off to the right. You can go left courtyard and contest from like the sightline here because you have like a little bit of a better sightline to here, right? And you can like contest the high ground from here. Or you can look for an opportunity to like go for cheese and like go high ground yourself solo or with a DPS and clear it like this, or you can go underneath. So you got some options, but I would not stay in AFK main. Like you have to make some judgment and make some adjustment here. So you're fine now because there's nothing really pressuring you, but I would, like, as nice shots, like as quickly as you can get off of card, as quickly as you can. Even unironically do this right here. Think about how much pressure you could put from this position right here. What would happen if you peaked this here? What would happen? Chat, what would happen if you threw a right click down here? What would a couple things would happen at least? Think about it. This is where flanking, quote unquote, flanking as in starts to become useful. General Cinnamon, hey! Thanks for the sub, mate. I know you. Might get a kill, but at least two. Yeah, exactly. You'll force Sigma Shield. People will start looking at you, and you're going to be completely safe. Like, there's no way they can punish you here. So you do a short split with cover. Boom, boom, boom. And then all this attention that's put on main right now will be looking at you. And then that creates so much space for your team. And that's assuming you don't even get a kill. Like, you maybe get a kill. If you don't get a kill, it doesn't matter. You're still doing a lot. Yeah, Sigma walks that way. Ana looks that way. Torb will look that way. That's so much pressure off of your team. Yeah, exactly. If I did, I would get slapped. Yeah, exactly. By the way, this is a phenomenal sim wall here. This is a really, really nice sim wall. It's nice seeing a good sim wall every now and again. I see so many bad sim walls. It, like, pains me. Good. Harmony the Akri. Harmony the aggression, right? That's what matters. You could probably trans this, honestly. Nice. Alright, big sim wall. Hey, kitty. She's blinking at me. Hi. Sim wall is broken. Harmony. Nice. Unlucky. It was a little late. Your crew really can't stay there, though. It's too far ahead. I don't know what your tanks are doing. You guys really shouldn't have two on cart, though. This is where you want to get communicating with your Symmetra and be like, hey, you want to push up? Or do you want me to push up? Because, like, both of us should not be in cart. Like, this is so inefficient. This is so bad. Because, like, this is a 5v5. Like, at least take a 6v5, you know? Trance. Okay, look. Alright, look. We got to stop this. You leave and she stops shutting? Okay, even then, if you don't push cart for like 5 seconds, that's fine. You can't lose this fight just because you don't want to leave cart. You literally look at them and then they're flexing and you're like, I'm not going to get there in time. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. I would rather you leave cart for just a couple seconds and win the fight than this to happen. This is just bad. You can't do this. I mean, it ends up working out somehow, but you should not be here. You need to get your corner. I would probably like in trance, like here. This is a much better position. Much better position. Is Zen supposed to take point when you have to? I mean, Zen is almost never supposed to be point, period. He is like, your positioning as Zen is way too important. Number one, because your range is really, really strong and you want to be able to contribute. Remember, this whole time we've been talking about like shooting flanks and discording this guy and harmonying your Genji over here. So you need really good vision as Zen, like really good vision as Zen, unless you're playing into like Widow. Almost always you want to be playing like somewhere where you can see a lot and impact a lot of places. And you're extremely squishy. So you always want health packs and cover and corner and high ground and you have like that one spot that you love and Numbani, you know, and like whatever, right? So Zen is actually one of the most picky positioners in the game because he has really big impact when he's positioned well and really bad impact when he's positioned poorly. So cart is almost never a good position to play for any hero. Sometimes it's not a terrible position for certain heroes, but most of the time it's just a bad position to be. So when you have cart, who's like very static, sitting on main, not great cover, and you have the most picky positioner in the game, these two don't mix. Like, I know there's a joke of Zenyatta's, you know, the payload dog, you know, but it's not. It could not be further from the truth. Zen is one of the worst people to have on cart. Yeah, you do not play cart as Zen, if at all possible. Okay. So probably clear high ground here. High ground is how you guys are going to probably lose this fight. So if you can help clear high ground, I would do so. But yeah, like right here, for example. Right here. This is an interesting quandary. Because high ground is really important. So you're thinking like, why would I not just go high ground here? Well, maybe because your sightlines aren't great, right? Maybe this is like your sightlines aren't great here. Like you can only shoot down one angle. So I don't even mind. Like this is a little scary to me because we're split. But the enemy team doesn't have dive. So I'm not even against this. Right? This could work. Just be very disciplined. Because think about this. Once again, you can harmony stuff that's going on up here. Like if your sim goes in, you can harmony. But the important thing is that you can spam and discord the high ground. And that's what really matters. I mean, it's not bad. It's really not bad. It's just not bad. It just isn't. Like, you're not changing this. Like Zen is not changing this. You see what I'm saying? Zen isn't changing this. You guys just lost a W key, you know? Like you're not helping there. So again, you're playing Sightlines, you're playing to control the part of the map that helps. This is the part of the map that counts, this high ground. You can spam that high ground from safety from here and there. So as long as they don't have like a tracer that can punish you for being split, then I don't really see the downside here. You guys lost, I mean, you lost, like, your team just lost before the fight even started. Okay. Again, I don't have a problem here. Like, again, what could you have done about that? What could you have done? Nothing. The only thing this position is giving you is an opportunity to clutch. That's it. That's it. And that's a good thing, right?
60 seconds.
So I think this is fine. Like, your team just legit fed twice in a row. Like, Harmony Orb is not going to stop your Symmetra from getting 2-tapped. And, you know, you didn't even have, like, yeah, there's nothing. If anything, you were the only person on your team discouraging the far off from going in. So you guys quit going high ground. Yeah, again, just punish, spam. This is where it's really easy to play Zen, because you don't have any target selection choices here. You just punish the high ground. Everybody's clumped up in one spot. Hey, kitty, you want to get down? You want to get down? No, she doesn't want to get down. So, easy. There you go. Off of high ground. Your Symmetra feeds. Just Transis. Oh, no. Probably would have tried to get a Discord off before you trance, and you're gonna lose this. Yeah, you need to get a Discord off before you trance. Okay, so that's gonna be it. I swear my cat just jumped off of me, and there's like static electricity in my ears, and it was like the weirdest thing ever. What the heck? So that's okay. You didn't trance. Unlucky. GG. Go next. The big thing for you is, number one, I want you to be focusing on understanding the concept of like the flank and high ground control, especially depending on the enemy's composition, and then positioning yourselves to support that as best as you can, right? Make those judgment calls. It'll be trial and error, but you need to work on that. Number two, I would say find one other thing to work on, and I would either I'd either look at your Harmony Orb usage and like whether you're spending too much time Harmony Orbing tanks. Like, this is a really weird map to go over, because Zen Mercy, it's like you end up having to Harmony Orb tanks a lot more than you'd like with Rein Zarya. If this was like Ball Hog or Ball Sig or something, or Zarya Hog, different story. Then we could have, then those tanks don't need as much healing, so it would be easier for me to go over it. But you kind of needed a Harmony Orb Rein a lot, so that kind of sucks. Or I would look at the number of times that you weren't right clicking. You were min-maxing with right clicking when you're behind walls, and like moving was really bad. So like whenever you're moving or going behind walls to cover and you don't see enemies, be charging up a right click. As soon as you see enemies, launch it, right? That needs to go. That needs to go. So that needs to be improved upon a lot. Otherwise, honestly, not terrible, but there's a lot of things that need to work on. So like I said, your Discord priority and like positioning was good, but it was without context. You weren't paying attention to where the enemy team was, to what they were running. You weren't paying attention to flanks or controls. It was good in relation to flanks, in regards to covers and corner, but it was not good in relation to like controlling the map. So take the discipline that you have with corners and cover, and now apply it to what you've learned today, and then also throw in that Harmony Orb thing in there, or the right click thing, depending on what you need to work on. Do you have any questions right now? Incomplete. But that was a fun VOD review. You'll do your 28 later? Yeah, do your Q&A later. Yeah, we'll do the Q&A later. Yeah, I do have to go. You're very perceptive, unfortunately. But okay, here's the deal, chat. So we're gonna be back on Wednesday with more VOD reviews, bonanzas, all sorts of juicy stuff. So !coaching for those of you who are interested. there's a chance that we have a very special guest on stream either this week or next week. I'm not going to be able to tell you guys who. We'll leave that as a surprise. So big name. You guys will definitely know this this individual. So I will let you guys know the status of that as soon as I find out. But we'll be back Wednesday. Most likely back Thursday, Friday, and Saturday as well. So it is indeed Dragonfly. Congratulations, Dragonfly. All right, chat. We're going to toss a host over to a good friend of mine, an ex-coachee of mine, whose description is I'm decent. Hey, Gabe. Long time no see. Hope your hit scan journey is going well. You got me at the wrong time, though, because we're just about to toss a host over. But yeah, I'll see you guys day after tomorrow. If you guys have any questions, I will. You can throw them in Ask Spilo, and yeah, we'll see you guys in a couple days. Jane's coming on stream. Oh, is he? Maybe we'll toss a yeah, not Jane. Oh, I thought she was about to stream. Okay, anyway, I'll see you guys later. And that is all. Thanks for coming. Spilo out.